Dredger's on him. Keep saying it. See what happens. Test your luck.
We're live.
Step right up. No, we're not. Oh, shoot, we are.
This guy with the quick live.
All right, we're live. Are you gaslighting us, or are you actually live?
No, I think he is.
I don't see
Gaslight.
We're not live. Girl boss.
What's that? Is that like a movie or a TV show or something?
Kind of like a saying. It's kind of a saying around here.
Is it really not? It says we're, but I'm not seeing. This is interesting.
Web says we're live.
Well, we're not.
Yeah, no, it looks weird on my end too.
Yeah, it's.
Ruh-roh.
Can they hear us?
It also says live 0 minutes 0 seconds.
There. Now it's going?
I love it.
Yep, there it goes.
And I've wanted to say this a long time about the chat.
I'd be careful. I think it's about to work.
No, I think we're good now.
Are we live?
We are. Yep.
You can express your love.
Alright, we're good.
I love it.
Hello, everyone. It's Dylan from Yugioh Everything. Welcome back to another episode of Talking Yugioh Crazy 8's. This is episode 96, Gaslighting 101. Also, Echo. Pardon me. Let me turn that echo off. Just Streamlabs is a great platform.
Oh, you have it. There
Echo's gone.
There.
All right, thank you guys. Hello, everyone. I'm not going to redo the intro.
Yeah, you gotta. No, read the whole thing.
All right, hello, everyone. It's Dylan from Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything, and welcome back to another episode of Crazy 8's. This is episode 96, Gaslighting 101. We are going to break down everything regarding Yuna and the Manabu rematch, what's going on with Yuga, what's going on with the show. It's going to be a great time. Also, the mods here may have went on a little bit of a rampage before we began. Dill 8's timed out for a couple of minutes, so if you saw
That
some
was me. Anyone wants to know.
you saw some messages disappear from the chat.
That's the rule. Delay. I've said that I'm going to do it. I didn't want to seem like a little baby or I said I was going to do it. I'm going to do it.
So Dredger has
He's
had
always
enough
been
of
a
the
man of his
delays.
word. Always been a
What
man.
a
Hey,
wonderful
It's his
man.
birthday. He can do whatever he wants.
It is true. It is Dredger's birthday, and that was going to be our next point of emphasis. It's very rare that we are actually live on a birthday. It's got to fall on the day of the week, which is very not happening
definitely
often.
happened before, though.
It's happened
Yeah, it
before,
has.
but it's not
Definitely
often. So, in unison, we are going to sing happy birthday to Dredger. 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday to you. Slow it down. Happy birthday to you. Speed it up. Happy birthday, dear Dredger. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you guys. I do appreciate all the love and appreciate you guys so much.
You were
So
synced
thank
in.
you.
Of course,
man.
man.
We're locked in.
That was. I gotta say. The different speeds and tempos we just had in that musical transcendence of the birthday song was incredible.
Well, thank you, Judge.
we do.
We do
Glad
try
we
to
can
mix
help.
it up a little bit, so I'm happy you enjoyed it.
No, it's great. I mean, it's only the third time you've done it, and this time I don't have to have a sparkler in my face, so that's a good
Right,
sign.
right. That is
I
an
can get one.
upgrade.
No,
Okay.
we're not gonna
It is
do that.
also Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day to
Happy
those
Valentine's Day.
celebrating that. Yeah, cool. So we've
It's not only a day for couples, it's also a day for self-love, so keep that in mind.
of course
There you go.
This guy.
on this Hallmark Wednesday, there's a lot of love that can be passed
When I see it this time of year, I just saw it earlier. Was the Wii baseball? You ever watch that?
Oh yeah, of course.
And it's just me. It's me every year, single until today.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's
It
good.
always seems to find its way into my feed. I don't
Good
know.
day for self-care for sure. I do want to thank everybody who donated and or super chatted in the last episode before we get into our thoughts on Yuna Manabu here. So a huge thank you to Shine, Colin, Crystal Colden, Ice Aiden, Philip Rosewood, Gravity Hero, Electric Kevin, Pick Rick, Legendary Duels, Dark Emperor J, C. Sanadvon, Space Cowgirl, and Lorena. Huge thank you to everybody that donated or super chatted. Helps out the channel, helps out the podcast tremendously. It is truly appreciated. So, without further ado, I think it's time to get into the
The reigns.
episode 96. Not going into the brains quite yet. Yuna versus Manabu. I don't know who wants to start us off here.
I have an idea.
Sure, what's the idea?
Start us off, Dill.
Okay. yeah.
I like that.
Great idea.
I thought a great idea.
Great idea.
Hey, I've always said this is a great co-host.
Thank you.
What did I think about
wait.
90s? Yeah.
The poll.
I know I was going to get the poll up, but I'll do it after my opening thoughts. Yeah, but I appreciate the.
That may
Opening thoughts.
sway their answers to the poll, though.
I was thinking
I think you gotta make the poll.
I was thinking the
All right,
same
let me
thing.
make the
Get
poll.
wrecked.
Yeah.
Dredge, what are you doing for your birthday today?
I'm here.
Did I
Dude, I'm so sorry, dude.
I don't know.
His birthday's
I
mostly over
requested
already.
this day off months in advance, and I got to deny.
You know, and that's
I
the
don't
thing.
know.
And you know what? Let's sound off a little bit about YE, everything here, the company here. I mean, you get no medical, you get no 401k, you can never take a day off, even when you request it months in advance. I mean, The amount of
Oh,
work
God.
that you don't know what we go through behind the scenes from that guy over there is crazy.
Well, Pete, we would have COVID, and he'd be like, "All right, we'll get on virtual then."
Yeah, I
like,
don't,
you're not taking a
I
day
don't care.
off.
Drag yourself
Yeah.
out of bed with your 102 fever,
So,
and you come on.
On that note, Dylan, what do you think of 96?
So 96. What were my thoughts? I obviously did the watch along yesterday that I'm sure some of you may have tuned in for. I've had a day to kind of like process it. I thought 96 was another good, enjoyable episode. I don't think it was necessarily one of the stronger ones of the arc so far. Out of all the episodes, I'd probably put it in the middle. I think I liked 93, 94, 95 more, but I liked it more than 91, 92. I felt like the rematch duel, it just felt like it wasn't all that necessary. Like when the Manabu Go Yuna duel concluded back in episode 54, 55, wherever it was, somewhere in the low mid 50s, I wasn't thinking, oh, we got to see these two again. This has to be it. It didn't cross my mind once, but we're going to get it. And I was like, all right, that's fine. I think starting with my dislikes, I didn't love that I felt they didn't really invoke anything from that past duel. Like, let's not forget that was a duel that Manabu won. It was before he kind of went, like, really crazy during the whole Yugioh stuff, which happened a few episodes later. That was a duel Manabu won and inadvertently got Go Yuna carded and turned into a cat, which, like, I wish she kind of invoked how she felt during that. And, you know, I thought that was a little bit of a missed opportunity, honestly. I think that's one of the things that Yugioh usually does pretty well. When there is a rematch, you can invoke what happened in the prior duel and use that as a narrative in the next time they duel. Felt like there wasn't really anything about that in this duel. And then the other element as well, I felt like my opinions on the two characters didn't really change all that much in what's been an arc where my opinions on characters has actually positively changed for a lot of characters. Bochi is one that I view a lot higher. Thought Rovian had a fantastic episode. Prozaki, Tazaki, Asaka, I thought was fantastic. So I look at, you know, just even from the girl perspective, Prasaki, Asaka, Rovian all had, I thought, really, really good episodes. And Go Yuna, I felt like this was just kind of a run-of-the-mill episode for her. It wasn't anything where I thought, like, she decreased at all. I just think it kind of reinforced what her character has been the last few arcs, which is obsessed with obsessed with Yuga.
Crossover.
Yeah, right.
That's the crossover.
crossover episode?
Yeah, right. Obsessed with Yuga to the point where, like, her feelings and her love for him almost, like, gets in the way of what's right. And then on the other hand, Manabu is just a dick. I mean, he just is. I mean, like, kind of gaslighting her and saying that it's all her fault.
You were talking on the Whatnot stream earlier.
Yeah.
That should be shirt inspiration right there.
What did he say?
You just get a picture of him, some artist draws it, and he goes, he's just a dick.
Well, I mean, he
And
is.
that could be your
I mean,
shirt.
we have to, like, we've got to remove Gakuto because I think
Yeah.
when you look at Manabu, you think Gakuto because they look very similar.
But
They
no,
have the same
Gakuto. We've got Gakuto up here.
Yeah.
I just want you to put that in
Wait,
the
that's
folder for possible shirt.
I'll
ideas.
think about it as a possible shirt idea, but like that's the honest truth, and I felt that way with Manabu for a long time, like going crazy, attacking Yugioh, attacking Dinwan Muda with that anti-Karamata beam in the middle of their duel. Like that's just who Manabu is, and then to really lay into Go Yuna here, and basically tell her that like the reason Yuga ran away was because of you. He hates you. He's scared of you. Like, and then just
Like that wasn't that wasn't necessary.
No,
Like,
it
he
just
had a
wasn't
point
necessary.
About, like,
So it just-
the Valgyrians,
right.
But you didn't have to bring up all the
Well,
other
his
stuff.
point about the Valgyrians is totally right. I mean, what Yuna was doing in this episode was selfish. I mean, it absolutely
Very
was
much
inherently selfish. So, like, the episode just kind of reinforced how I feel about the characters. Now, yes, Yuna I like way more than Manabu. My opinion on her hasn't really changed all that much, but in an arc where my opinions have positively changed for a lot of characters, I was, I think, hoping for a little bit more. That being said, still thought it was a fun duel. The action of the duel I thought was really good. I did enjoy that Yuna, countered countered the maximum. Knew that was, I guess, something from the previous duel. Knew that Manabu had the maximum, had a way to seal it. I liked that a lot. And then it looked like Manabu with the trap at the end was actually going to pull it out. Happy Yuna won. I think she probably deserved the win. I think it's hard to argue Manabu should have beaten her twice.
No, yeah, no shot.
And then Yuga escapes, and we really learned nothing. I think
I'm on the afraid like he's not gonna be in there. I think we all agreed.
We all knew.
There was
There was a good chance he had dug out before the duel started.
Oh yeah, he's
Like-
long gone.
Good
Like,
chance. I think it's almost guaranteed.
Yeah, wouldn't
He
you
was
like?
gone.
And Manabu, like, if
He put miles
if
between
Manabu
them.
was actually like intelligent, and I know that's harsh,
He would
but
have-
if he
he
was
would
wouldn't he
seal
have
the bottom.
checked right away after they caught him instead of like knowing that he's an escape artist? You know what it also reminded me of? Remember when Otis was captured and he escaped by digging?
Interesting.
I
Right.
think that's intentional.
I think so too. And then we see Yuga at the end of the episode with the anger shot. The only time
That's
you've ever
the only
seen
thing
him.
I actually don't agree with you on.
Okay.
But we'll obviously get to
Yeah,
that because I
we'll get
watched the
to
same
it.
thing and I jumped into your video
Yeah,
late
yeah.
yesterday, but I'm like I didn't see that as anger. But again, something
Okay,
we'll talk
no,
about
we'll,
later
we'll
on.
talk about that. Yeah. So, but I like that shot regardless.
No,
Like,
I agree.
Yuga's there.
Great
We
shot.
can talk about that. So all in
Yeah,
all,
I agree too,
there were
but-
good elements of the episode. But compared to the other ones where the characters I think shined a little bit more, I think it was a little bit of a worse episode comparatively, but still good overall. I think the arc's in a really good spot. Now we're getting back to the Valkyrians, so I'm still very happy with the arc. Okay. Nick T, your thoughts?
Wow,
Interesting.
jumping to me.
Wow.
Jumping to
Yeah,
you.
I
Little
like the
jump
jump.
there.
I like the jump.
Hop, skip, and a jump. Just hate me over here.
I'm gonna be honest. This episode is probably at the bottom of the arc for me.
Even 91 and 92.
Yeah, I
Wah,
preferred those
wah.
episodes.
Well, I think Nick T was a bigger fan. Of
I liked those episodes a lot
Yeah.
actually. This one kind of did nothing.
Yeah,
nothing. It did nothing to push forward the progress that we had made so rapidly the past couple episodes. I think it kind of brought everything to a grinding halt. Other than the fact, we're looking for Yuga, and then we're looking for Yuga again because now he escaped. That was pretty much where we got left off. Other than the intense look, Yuga has a plan, right? That's the only thing that we were able to walk away from this episode with. Other than is that Yuga just isn't just missing. There's something on his mind. He knows something. He has a plan. That's
Right.
it.
Yeah.
So like I didn't love that. And additionally, as much as like I like the fact that Yuna is like sort of forthcoming and wants to be direct about her feelings, I feel like this episode was a bit of a regression for her in the sort of obsessive nature of her early character, which is the parts of her I did not like.
Yeah.
I really liked when she was like a boss. Like that was like, and she was like really becoming that. She was doing really great. And then this episode was just her like obsessing. It to the point of putting her own feelings ahead of the well-being of an entire like species.
Yeah.
Like that I did not like at all. And then like other than that, like the duel was fun. Like I liked the duel. We all knew that like Yuga was going to escape, but I kind of like the like back and forth and like the reveal that he was gone. Like it kind of keeps us on this goose chase, so that was fun. But like for the most part, I thought the episode was just kind of decent.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah, I mean
It didn't really accomplish anything.
It didn't really accomplish anything.
Yeah.
The visuals are cool. I liked the duel. Like that was fun. But other than that, like it just didn't do a whole lot. It does keep me on the edge of my seat of like, what's Yuga thinking? Like he's obviously got something on his mind, and like we're pushing forward and we're pushing into that like territory of like Yuga's gonna break ground here. We just need to know what he's doing. So that I'm excited for. But other than that, I just feel like not much changed. Manabu at the end of the day was right, but he was
right at first.
Yeah, but then like he brought up a whole bunch of stuff he did not need to bring up.
But
so
also,
I think-
even at the end, when Yuga escaped, he was like shocked that he wasn't correct.
Yeah,
like he genuinely
he
believed.
was tricking himself into thinking that
Right.
Yuga wanted to be captured by MIK. He
Right.
wanted that.
He's the definition of not only to me like a bully, but also like a step behind every other
He's
character.
kind of delusional. No, he is a step behind.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's like, I mean, to be fair, that's always been the bit. Is that like he's brilliant, but he's always a step behind everyone else.
Right.
So
Yeah,
it's funny. And regarding his wits, I mean, like if it were me, like if you're gonna capture someone in something, maybe make it completely sealed.
Yeah.
Like you're sealed onto the ground. Where even if someone who is not a genius like Yuga is,
let
and
me
a
dig
genius
out of this-
inventor,
this
if I had a
place on top of me.
spoon in 20 minutes, I probably could have made some leeway.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you're Yuga, you don't think Yuga in 20 minutes on
Yuga's
dirt?
already in another country.
Yeah.
He changes his appearance.
Yeah,
everything.
100%.
thousands of miles
100%,
away.
yeah.
Thousands of
100%.
miles away. So I mean, like, come on, man. Like, seal the bottom.
Yeah.
Something.
I don't know.
That's MIK.
But like, it was a fine episode. It just didn't do anything for me, and that's okay.
Yeah. Oh no, it's totally okay.
It wasn't my least favorite. It was just of this arc.
No, I mean
Because
that's
it's been
fine.
a- it's
The
been-
arc's been good.
It's
so
been such a solid arc that like the fact that an episode like this let me down is like kind of a good sign.
right.
Because like, look at the babies episode of.
It's not even on that.
It's
I
not
mean,
even-
you're
not even-
right.
Oh
It's
my
not on that
Incomparable.
level. Yeah,
opposite-
come
that
on.
episode
Like,
is-
so like this episode was just fine.
Yeah.
The fact that episode's a part of this show bothers me.
Yeah,
And
and that was the last
Wasn't that like
Yuna
the-
episode.
Wasn't
it
that
was.
like wasn't
Oh,
that
exactly.
like Japan's favorite episode too?
I don't know what the actual ratings
It's
were.
gotta
We
be
I think we
high.
were
joked,
guessing
we joked around that
because
it
of
would
the,
be because of the history.
Yeah.
The Ishida Glot one
Yeah,
was
that's
like one of
why.
the best of
Yeah.
season 1.
Insane.
Yeah.
So
That was-
again,
And then my last point just being what Dredger's going to talk about is the fact that I think the look on Yuga's face was not necessarily anger, but like intensity. Like he's got something on his mind. He's got a plan, and he's not necessarily a plan, but like he's
working.
worried. He's working.
He's cooking.
He's intense.
Yeah.
Not necessarily angry. I don't think.
that's funny.
think he's
I
intense.
really do view it as anger.
I'm curious that maybe
yeah,
you're
but
right.
we'll talk more
But I
about
think
that
it's intensity.
specifically. Yeah,
So
it's
we'll-
fair,
yeah.
and they're very similar displayed
can, yeah.
emotions. Yeah.
Of course.
Cal, I'll throw it to you real quick. Your thoughts on the episode?
Kind of agreeing with the both of you. It's kind of mid to lower in terms of this arc.
Yeah.
Thought it was a good episode. Just it's kind of. I'm just gonna mirror Nick T's point here. Didn't really push much forward. It kind of just pushed the idea that we still don't have Yuga here,
Yeah.
and clearly everybody thinks Yuga has the answers, which it checks out. He probably does, but it's like
Thank
I feel like this
you
episode
for
itself, like you
the
said, the duel didn't
dono.
necessarily need to happen. Like you didn't need this rematch,
Mm-hmm.
but I also agree that Goha Yuna definitely needed to win it since it happened.
Yeah.
also a
Because
better
if
duelist,
if Manabu won, she's a better duelist. I feel like her character's just been better, borderline the entire show. So like her losing to him would just be kind of a weird loss in that sense.
Yeah.
But I mean, the episode itself, it was good. I like the duel. I like the there was some good like back and forth and some good tactics that they used in the duel itself. Like I think it was Manabu, and on his first turn, he rips out that equip, and he's just allowed to summon without tributing, and he summons the 2 level 7s like right off the bat. And I thought that was like a really cool thing that as someone that doesn't play the game, wouldn't think of.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
Of course.
But the episode overall, it was pretty good. I just to go off of the look that you guys were talking about from Yuga, to me, I felt like it was not necessarily anger, but like I want to say desperation, but it's not the right word. But like he knows something's wrong and he's not certain that he has the answer.
Like he was infuriated.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
infuriated, but not in a sense that he's angry
Right.
at someone.
Infuriate and angry
No, but
are synonyms.
There is a middle ground between what I'm trying to say in terms of desperation and what you're saying in anger.
He snuck that one right in there.
Yeah. No.
There's
No.
a-
No.
no,
I get what he's saying. Because like you're infuriated, but you're not mad.
I feel like
Agitated might be the better
I'm
word.
gonna cut it off right here because this is the exact argument we had about same and similar. We're gonna cut it.
Are you
Cal,
saying like
continue
he's
with your
like
point. We're gonna cut
pumped
it.
up? Like he's like
Like he's not hyped.
No.
I don't see a guy
no,
ready to go to
not-
the bars in Red Bank in that image, and he looks mad.
No, he doesn't. I don't think he looks mad. I think
Okay.
he looks
fired
He's
up.
11.
well, that's
Oh no! Now he's like now
You really
he's
should be going to the bars in
13.
Red Bank.
no. Now he's like negative 250 technically.
Maybe older. We don't really.
We don't know. He could be 21.
Why?
We
a
also,
child.
to be fair though, we also don't know the drinking laws in Matsuba Town.
What's that have to do with?
Why?
Oh,
just let Cal
treating-
finish his point.
Sorry,
Why are
you
you
go.
going on this tangent?
I don't know if you guys remember the last
Yeah, please.
96 weeks we've done this.
Please, Cal.
Every
Just
time
keep
I start
going.
talking,
Keep going, buddy.
it
He's
just
ready to
gets
go into tangent.
it just gets taken away. No, I don't actually have that much more to say because I got completely taken off thought after you guys yelled at us for saying infuriated and anger is the same thing, which it basically is. But I was looking for somewhere between like desperation and anger, and I don't know what
Yes.
the word is.
Okay.
Is what I was saying.
Okay,
And-
I get what you're saying.
Because I don't think he's just like walking around like pissed off.
Like frustrated.
But it looks like he's worried, but also like he's on a mission. And
Yeah.
I don't know how to put that into a single
No,
word.
I
But,
get
like
what
that's the
you're
way
saying.
I saw it.
He had the same expression.
He's locked in.
Yeah.
But like
He's
he's not
locked in.
he's not certain, you know?
Cannon's Core was a stage in Sonic Adventure 2 battle.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Me,
I'm
Nick
on
T,
this.
Eric, and Weir, we would trade the controllers because you'd do parts of
You
different
did
characters.
this
Second
yesterday.
time of the story.
Yeah,
this
and
week,
this
Derek.
looked his expression looked exactly like Weir when we'd give him the controller and he'd have to finish it as Sonic.
Yes, literally. So, I mean, now
Very
we're adding,
determined.
Weir said he'd be
Go
watching
rush to it.
tonight.
Yeah, very determined.
When is Weird coming to the podcast, by the way?
People want him on. I don't
I've
know.
heard
He said
this
he
thing.
might watch tonight. So
Yeah,
just-
Oh,
hopefully he
man.
does. Dredge, your thoughts on 96?
96 was good. Wasn't great. There's one thing I have two things I truly want to address, and the rest of the episode was just kind of good. First thing is a lot of people are I'm reading the chat, so a lot of people are very mad at Yuna, saying Yuna's at fault, Yuna this. I don't think if they're. I completely understand where Yuna is. Okay, now everyone's saying, "Oh, Yuna's putting her being selfish," and she doesn't care about the Valkyrians. I disagree. I think because truthfully, let's be honest, Yuna needs to talk to Yuga for how long? A minute?
The whole show?
No, but no, she's wanted to.
oh,
No,
oh,
but
oh,
like
like once
the
she's
actual,
seen them, once
like
she's
all
seen them.
Yuna needs.
I thought
is-
you meant how long has she
No, no,
wanted to.
no.
Yes, okay.
And
Yes.
has everyone at this table not obsessed over someone at some point in their life?
100%.
Okay, Caliber,
Unhealthily.
yes or no? I'm not gonna
Hold on.
grill you.
Yeah.
Yes or no? Just that's you can go back after this.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Pete? Yeah. And yes. So we're getting mad at someone for again, she's 13, so she doesn't know what love, probably doesn't fully understand what the whole concept is.
I
But
don't either.
we're getting mad at a 13-year-old for wanting to tell, it's probably the only person she's ever really cared about that's something, right? And again, it's not like she wants to take him and be like, "Hey, Yuga, come with me. Let's live happy ever after," and ignore the Valkyrians.
We're running
problem.
away.
I think
Right.
that's what I think everyone's assuming that's what she wants to do. She wants to talk to him. She wants to. She's had it. We've made the joke. You gone. Yuga always disappears. She's never got a chance to say those things. So I can imagine, if she has one chance, one speck of a chance, she can do everything in her power to do that. So I'm just going to defend Yuna for a hot minute. I do think that the obsessiveness is taking a little too far. I'm not going to say it's not
I'd agree with
because
that.
it is, but we've all been there. We've all had that. Like if we could just one thing or So I get that aspect of it. She did lower a little bit for me because of it, but I do understand it. I think that's what I wanted to
I
say.
do understand it. I get what you're saying. Can I rebut? real
Yeah, you
quick?
can go. Yeah, sure.
But
If we're looking at the average death toll of last week's episode, right? Like let's
Yeah, you can go there,
kind of
it's
whittle
fine.
that to the minute.
Yeah.
If you gave me an option, even at 13, talk to your crush or 100,000.
Well, but she doesn't know they died.
Let 100,000 people live, or you talk to your crush.
But
Am I picking my crush, or am I letting
But
100,000?
was
Probably pick
that
how-
honestly
No.
what was proposed
wait,
to her?
but Nick T.
That wasn't proposed
But
to
Nick
her.
T.
No,
Nick-
but
Nick T,
she
how-
isn't putting
know.
that in front of.
how are those two things correlated? They're not.
Sure, they are.
It's not like
It's more dire to get Yuga to do the thing
I
that he needs to
completely-
do, other than talk to her crush. for
No,
even
I
a
understand what you're
minute.
saying, but
They're
but
already
last
gone,
episode,
though.
Yuna wasn't able to talk to Yuga at that time, so that was going to happen whether
No, I'm
whether
saying,
or not.
but if we're averaging,
we're averaging
like,
it?
by the minute,
By
like,
the
so we
minute, okay,
say
we're saying.
last episode, 8.8 million people
Million.
died in a course of, we'll say,
episode.
a half hour.
well,
Divide that up.
I don't think
Divide
episode's
that.
a half
Divide
hour, but
whatever.
yeah.
Divide
I
that
know what
into
you
a
mean,
minute. So, like, let's say on average, 100,000 Valkyrians die
but
in a minute.
But Nick T.
you're lowballing.
But wait,
but
wait,
you
wait,
might be
I got
lowballing
it.
it.
But Nick T, as Pete has made very clear, they're not people.
All right, you know what?
my-
But no. So we had 8.8 million deaths of
Oh no!
created people.
Okay,
Right?
yeah. We can get
Right?
to the-
Wait, no.
I'm not gonna touch.
I
that
never
one.
said.
I'm not gonna touch.
Go to
that
all
one.
the video. I've never said it, but I'm using what a co-host has said,
I'm not
and it's
gonna
a true
touch that
statement.
one.
Getting dragged into the argument.
I was waiting. I knew that Nick T was going to go there,
Judge.
so I was like,
I'll concede based on that point.
Well, no, but okay. You go first.
I'm quick. Her being that obsessed with him and like her wanting to basically put everything out of the way just so that she can talk to Yuga makes the gaslighting from Gakuto from Manabu that much worse.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
That
He's
was my
just
next.
like-
That was my
he's
next
like,
point.
oh yeah, you're the reason he's not here. He could be helping us right now, but your attitude made him run
yeah,
away.
that's what it was.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, and in a way, he's blaming her for the
He's
death.
blaming
of
her for the
yeah.
death. That's what I mean. So
Yeah.
he's
That's
not
fair.
choosing. She's getting
No,
blamed.
He's like,
for
actually,
it.
because of you, like thousands, hundreds of thousands,
Millions.
and
Yeah.
millions of
No,
people.
he looked horrible in this episode. He looked terrible in this episode.
Yeah.
You're causing a genocide.
I
right
mean,
now,
it was
you-
Gaslighting 101. Hence the name of the episode.
That was my next thing. Is like
That's valid. I agree with that. part.
Manabu just keeps lowering himself for me. So
And also the people that are angry with Yuna, and I do get it.
no,
I
and I
definitely
said
get
that.
it.
I made sure. I made
I
that
think
clear.
you have to almost. I think it'd be hypocritical to not have that same energy towards Yuga, who has not, as far as we know, gotten involved in any of
Especially-
this.
100%.
Right?
especially-
right?
The
so you have
argument
to have
could be-
that same vibes
No,
towards Yuga.
You 100% should.
Yeah.
Oh, even worse, actually, because let's be honest, Yuna doesn't have the answer.
Right,
If
it does.
anyone has the damn answer,
Yuga.
it's Yuga.
Yeah.
So you want to be mad at anybody for not showing
being
up,
selfish.
being selfish. Like you can make that argument for the self. And again, I'm not defending the selfishness particularly, but we've all been.
Yeah,
You can
that's-
understand
yeah, I agree with
why
that.
she's like that. But
100% agree
but
with that.
Dylan brings up a really good point, and it wasn't what I was talking about, but. Yuga's being extremely selfish. He's avoiding everyone when he can solve the problem. Now, my other point is that image we see. Again, I'm not gonna go so far as to call it anger because Yuga. How many times has Yuga been angry in Sevens?
A
and
couple
now?
of instances towards Otis, and that's really
but
it.
that's the only
Yeah,
time.
that's really
so
it.
unless this situation is directly related to Otis,
Yeah.
I don't know why he'd be angry. But I when I saw that I'm with Nick T completely. It's intensity. It's focused. It's I need to do something, but maybe he doesn't know, so he's really trying to think it out. Because you know why I don't think the anger. The face wasn't like the eye. The eye, you can make an argument, Dylan, was an anger. But when you match it to his face, I didn't see the anger. I saw intensity. I saw focused. I saw trying to do what's necessary. He just wanted to get some friggin' udon or ramen so he can keep thinking. That's what he wanted to do. That's why he was going to his favorite spot. He needed something to think with. But
Judge,
overall, good episode.
Can I combat you on a point here?
You want to go there? Yeah, sure. Is it going to be the infuriating and anger?
No,
Oh.
no. I'm not trolling.
we're gonna
you.
use that one
I'm
again.
not
Okay.
trolling you.
Yeah. Go
no,
for it.
So you said Yuga's being selfish because he has the answer but isn't coming to the fight. Is that
So-
what you're saying?
So I'm not fully saying that. I'm saying Yuga's being selfish if he does if he's the cause of all this, right? You're making the argument he's the cause of it, and then he's not able to fix it, or he has the answer and he's not doing that. Again, unfortunately, it's all speculation on what Yuga's doing exactly. So in that defense, I can't fully blame him and say he's. If that's where you're going to go with it, of course, we're speculating. That's all we can do at this point.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. So it's kind of like it's an assumption that he knows.
Yeah.
To fix it, but they don't even know that if he knows or not.
True. You're
So it's all
absolutely right.
just a gamble.
Yeah.
It's like we just want to talk to him for maybe the hope and a chance that he might be onto something.
And that also defends Yuna wanting to talk to him for a minute. If he doesn't know, Yuna talking to him for a minute does nothing. Right?
Yeah.
So again,
Al-
all speculation.
Also, let's rewind a little
Yeah,
bit.
no, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Let's rewind a little bit to the many different moments where Yuga would just vanish right after an arc is
just stayed around
ending.
for 5 minutes
If he
and solved
stayed
all the
around,
problems.
he'd
Just one
and
time.
talk to Yuna. Right.
One time.
So there's blame to be shared there. I don't think you can blame a single
And
character.
honestly, if you really look back, some of the shots did show Yuna and Yuga talked at least like a couple times.
yeah,
right?
yeah, of course.
So it's not like this is Mitsuko Yugioh, where Yugioh's blatantly. Zuijo's like not even shown it. At least it seemed like Yuga and Yuna's relationship was at least like kind of they liked each other. At least as friends or something. Right?
Yeah.
Zuijo's always told Mitsuko, we're comrades, like, and never even acted like, oh, Mitsuko, I love you. And we have the Mitsuko fans out there, and they're, oh, man, I'm like, why?
But
like, what do you mean? Like, Zuijo never said Mitsuko, I love you, or like anything like that. Like, so, or even like anything like that.
but Yuga's just ghosting her.
Yeah, which is worse.
That's
man.
like I would
We've
rather
all been
be
there.
told,
Hasn't it
I would
worse?
rather
Oh.
be told, "Hey, buddy, we're comrades, and that's
I
all we're
agree.
gonna be." Than
But then
see
wait,
you later. I'll talk to you in 6
But
months.
Mitsuko's still not getting the memo. She's been told that and still just like
Yeah, but then that's her just
Well,
being
now
dumb.
she's with Big Sis Basketball. I think they've.
I think
kinda
all of
understood.
us on here would argue that as much as we may love Mitsuko,
She's the
she's delusional, like completely
Yeah,
delusional.
yeah.
Where Yuna maybe actually does have a shred of
yeah,
hope.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think we're all in agreement there. I
Yeah.
think.
No, 100%. Yeah.
It's definitely. I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can kind of look at this. Pete, I want to bring you in. Obviously,
I feel bad for Pete.
A lot is
Pete's
very
got to back
sad.
clean up and clean all
So,
this up.
I mean, first of all, just your genuine thoughts on episode 96.
Really?
Yeah, genuine. Well, general
General thoughts.
General thoughts.
Thank you.
That's better.
Yeah, almost 30 minutes, and I didn't really say anything.
I know a lot of.
He gave you more time to
Jeez.
think. Yeah, he's about to cook. I know.
Yeah, I don't know where to go from there. I mean, I got dragged through the mud a little bit. It's fair. It's okay. You guys know my thoughts on Valkyrians as it is, so that's fine.
Yeah,
gotta.
He stands by it.
In terms of this episode, it was average to goodish. It was, for me, it really didn't move the needle.
Yeah.
I thought it was the second straight episode of kind of a pointless reason for a duel, which is not something that I love. I understand, sometimes you get ridiculous things, but given the amount of kind of just everything overhanging all our characters with the Valkyrians disappearing, I would like it to be a little more structured than it is.
Yep.
That being said, for me, I get like Dredge's points and stuff like that on Yuna, and she's 13, and I get all that stuff. But it is a character I really liked. I even liked her when you guys didn't like her.
Yes.
But
That is true.
But this is a little bit of a step down for her in this episode. It's just the truth. I think she's been on kind of a meteoric rise in terms of probably the best progression of any character in the last 50 episodes in Go Rush. And this just was a step back. And I'm not saying it was bad writing in the sense that she can be selfish. We've seen that before.
Yeah.
She was obsessed with Rovi, and she's obsessed with Yuga. I mean, very much fits her character.
She has an obsessed personality like some other person I know.
Exactly, 100%. That's why we can't get her anywhere near gambling. 'Cause it'll go downhill.
He doesn't want to look up. Hi, what's up, buddy?
But for the character itself, even if you don't know that all the Valkyrians died last episode, they're under siege. They're about to disappear and die.
Thank you.
And to want to talk to Yuga she's not talking to Yuga to be like, man, how do we solve this? She's talking for her own personal reasons.
Oh, yeah.
And it's completely something that we can wait until after this crisis is hopefully averted. And I thought that was a really bad mark on her as the character, because it was extremely selfish, even physically assaulting Manabu there to start it. And regardless of how you feel about Manabu, I have my own thoughts on that guy.
Yeah,
but
100%.
But she didn't do herself any bit of service in this episode, and that was something that I didn't necessarily love. I can't hate it because it does fit into elements of the character, but
Sure.
Wake up. Look at what's going on around you. And if this guy has taught you anything, meaning Yuga, he ain't going to be there.
Yeah.
It's the best running joke of the show. This man is always dipping.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. And it's I just felt like that there was other ways to obtain what we were going for. It was just an episode of pulling off that joke again, where we didn't reference the last time they dueled. We didn't get any great character insight. We didn't get any really good plot development. It was just kind of episode that was there. It's the animators, they kind of need a little bit of a break this week. Let's just give them this, And that's why I'm kind of in the middle on what happened. In terms of Manabu, this guy sucks, man. I mean, let's just call
why I
it.
just left Pete. I know Pete didn't go through everyone.
Let's just call it what it is. I mean, and I do think, Dill, to your point, we attribute so much because he is the ancestor, presumably, of Gakuto.
Right.
Gakuto is a great freaking character. man.
Yes.
And we have to give up the ghost here in 96 episodes. Manabu is never gonna be that guy.
No.
He sucks. Okay, and that's all I want to say with it. He's awful. He did nothing to help the situation. His plan with MIK, awful. Made no sense what they were doing there. Him inciting Yuna the whole time did to solve nothing.
Yeah.
It's you're supposed to be friends with these people. You went through this whole period of being against them. You courted this poor girl, and then you're gonna come back and talk this trash. You're not even good, dude. Yeah. I mean, who are you? He frustrates me so much.
Wow.
And it's just,
I'm glad he said it.
To me, given where we came from Gakuto and seeing all the counterparts of our main four, right? I think the Lug has some potential, right?
Yeah.
I like the twins still, regardless of what they have done with Yuumu in the last kind of season. I still like her. Look at the rise Rovian has had, right? And the Manabu has never been good. He's never been good.
Maybe in the first arc.
I don't think he was
Barely.
there. He was just there, and he was a plot device to help us learn about rush duels again.
Yeah.
And help Yugioh. That's literally all that was.
Yeah.
And he's never at a shining moment in my mind, in my opinion, in this entire show where I'm like, damn, this is a guy I could rally behind. This guy's a good character. He sucks. That's all I want to say.
He's actually third.
frustrates me
He's
so
actually
much.
third on the list because I think Gakuting is ahead of him.
I think
That's close. It's close.
let's put it this way.
You can make an argument.
We'll
You
have
can
to
make an
review-
argument.
We'll have to review the tape. It's a little bit of a
alright.
toss.
I mean,
at least Gakuting kind of drew there against Nail.
Yeah.
What are we doing here, Manabu?
So Colin said the duel versus Neanderstar.
It was a good duel.
That was the only time that
I'll tell you what I remember from that duel, and it's not Manabu.
yeah, it was okay. Like it was fine. Like they had some nice emotion, but that was what in the second or third arc of the show.
It was a while
I
ago.
mean, like I think it was the
It was
third
a
arc
long
of the show,
time ago,
and even that was not like a. It was a moment of. It's okay. Like all right, cool. Like you both like we got some backstory in you guys, and that's it. And for me, he's not that character, and doing what he did in this episode wasn't great. I also think what Yuna did in regards of when she's on the phone with Asaka was way out of bounds. I mean, like just literally teasing her and being like, "Oh, well, you don't want this to happen because you had feelings from too." It's like, all right, girl, like let's
She wasn't wrong.
relax. Like,
I think she got 2
like-
feet in.
No, that you can't do that.
You gotta
That's
go to
okay.
VAR.
That's
You gotta
supposed
VAR
no,
that.
that's
You gotta
supposed to be your friend. You know she obviously had feelings. You don't do that. Like
No,
that's
yeah,
like
yeah.
I mean,
why won't you
Jill,
know?
for all people 2 feet in bounds, right? Like in my mind, that was a you and Calibro moment.
No,
right? like Calibro calling you on the phone, and he's talking about he got that girl from Villa, right? And he's
Yeah.
just rubbing it in, even though he knows that you liked her.
Well-
and you're gonna still support that?
Well,
'Cause
he's still here.
that's how I felt it.
Holy crap.
No, Cal never did that. I feel like that's.
Now, hey, you know what?
I kind of get what you're saying with that. But
here.
it's still. I understand her. I felt like it was in more of a teasing, playful way. I didn't think.
No,
it was-
100% was not.
that was
teasing
an-
playboy.
that was not
that
in
one. I
good
won't let you get
spirits.
away with because
Which
if that was Rovian, and I said that in the chat and you ignored it. If that was
was
Rovian,
watching.
you would
You would've
have
done-
dragged her through the mud.
I don't think I
And
would've.
you would have said, "This is why I don't like." No,
shut your
you're
mouth.
smiling even
Shut
anyway.
your
This
mouth.
is hold on. I waited
Shut
30 minutes. This is my moment. You can shut your damn mouth.
Hey, shut up, bitch.
All right, Rovian, you would have dragged that girl through the mud if she did something like that. That was 100% not in jest. And I love Yuna as a character, but let's also be fair. She did that out of spite. She was jealous, and she was trying to hurt her. That is exactly what she did in that moment on that call. And to disagree with that, you're being delusional. You could say someone had a bad take or a bad moment and still like the character.
Yeah.
That's a bad moment.
Well, I thought the episode wasn't great for her. I mean, I said that.
But-
I'll have to rewatch it. I thought it was more in jest. I did not get the malice vibes that you guys got watching that. I'll have to rewatch it.
I want to ask you your
I'll
opinion.
have to rewatch it.
Why did you think that was in jest, though? Given how she acted the whole
Yeah.
episode, why would you think in that moment you could see
Yeah.
Asaka's face too? Like she didn't
Well,
laugh
but
about that.
Sometimes
like,
with text and over the phone, it's hard to convey all of your emotions because you can't. Facial expression is very important in conversation. So you can't.
yeah, I think this
He's
is.
not,
I think
he's
this
not wrong about that.
Yes, that's a general point you
Yeah,
could be
yeah.
right about.
But
But I
tone.
think you know. I think you know I'm right here.
No, I gotta
and you
rewatch
just,
it.
And you just, and you're
no.
smiling about it too.
That's-
But like, you know I'm right here, and like, this is where you got to give up the ghost sometimes, right? There's things Rovine has done that I don't like as a character, where I'm like, ugh,
You
that could have
got
been a
us.
lot better.
Her poems.
There-
it's
there-
crazy.
I mean, even you could talk about that, right? Of like,
Yeah.
all right, that's kind of a weak character
Yeah.
trait. This is a moment where that was so mean.
Well,
to
that-
do to
no,
someone.
I gotta say,
that was wrong.
well, on the text and phone call point too, like on text you can't derive tone. That phone call you could derive the tone.
Yeah.
That tone
she
was
twisted the knife
Also-
there on purpose.
Also, the way that she went about it was like she only said it because she was denied what she wanted. So
Right.
she was like, "Oh, you're not
spite.
doing this because you also have feelings for him. Whatever. Like that doesn't. I don't care about
Well,
your feelings."
that's
I mean,
rude,
and
man.
It could be true as well. It wasn't,
Sure.
but
it
could've
wasn't.
been.
It could have been. But let's extrapolate further. It's a conversation between you and me on
Yes.
the phone.
Yes.
And I go silent after you say that.
Yeah.
You're not. You're
You're probably gonna
you're
ask,
going
"Hey,
to,
man,
you're
are
go-
you
are you going
okay?"
to A, double down like Yuna did, or B, like back it up a little bit?
Well, I
maybe?
think I don't think
Even if it
Yuna
was a
doubled
joke,
it down.
If you it was in jest,
Yes.
which it wasn't. would you have doubled down and said yeah,
Double it.
or would you be like, hey, listen, like that?
I probably would say, hey, listen. Oh,
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't say it to begin with.
Yeah,
honestly.
swear. But like she went silent.
Yeah. Well, she was thinking about the deaths
Yeah,
of Duty Nisha.
yeah, exactly.
But again, I think the other thing with Yuna is Yuna's not aware of all these deaths. She's not aware
the deaths.
of what's going on
No.
with the
What about-
Valkyrians.
No, she
That-
knows they're disappearing.
She knows
That
that
is-
they're threatened.
They're
but
in
she doesn't
peril,
know
and
the
doesn't-
severity of
I'm
it.
not even talking about that. I'm talking about hurting a friend.
Well, but I mean, I guess they're friends. Yeah,
Yeah, they're friends.
Oh, I
They-
guess so.
Okay.
They're friends.
The ama-
All right.
The amount of times this is a point I'm not gonna let you go on. There's the amount of times that you ban Calibro from your house.
Yes, when I was younger. Yes.
You're right, and they're young too, so you could put them in the same category.
All right.
Because of similar stuff, he did way less worse stuff to you than she did to Asaka. Even if they're not close friends, they've worked together. They're friends-ish. That was wrong, and you can't say that was in. There was no part of that I was like, man, that was a joke, and no, I don't think anybody out there took that as
Well,
a
I'll
joke.
tell you, Asaka did not take it as a joke. She did
Yeah,
not. I'll give you
thank
that
you.
one.
Oh,
She
thank
did
you.
not. And that's where, you can interpretation comes in. But I will say, I'm just gonna have to
This
rewatch
guy,
it.
man.
When I watched it, I'm just being honest. I didn't
know what?
view it that
You know what?
way.
Yeah,
So I'm
rewatch
saying
it.
that I'll
Rewatch
rewatch it.
All right.
it.
I'd like to protect my name and say I did nothing wrong.
Okay.
I
So
respect that,
the
too.
main thing
Oh,
though
we're
that
gonna
we
go
can
there.
agree on
get-
that we can agree on here is there's no justice for Manabu, right? That's what we can
No.
mainly agree
No.
on.
I'm with
Yeah,
that,
okay.
yeah,
Just
no.
want to make sure
What,
that
are people saying that?
Oh,
in the
a
chat?
lot. Like people are really trying to
There is
defend
justice for
there is no
Manabu.
justice for Manabu. In fact, you keep writing justice for Manabu. I will time you out.
Well,
with
no,
that.
we're not.
There is no justice.
We
for
won't-
Manabu
we're not gonna do that.
whatsoever.
Hey,
Your,
Nah,
your
there is
birthday's
whatsoever.
next month. You don't get to do it.
That's some dread shit.
I
right
did
there.
not.
I'll do it.
I
I'll
did
do it.
not think you were going to go on that much of an anti-Manabu rant.
Really?
Now,
You
I'm
didn't?
not a fan of Manabu either. I just didn't think that's
just-
where it was going to go.
I'm glad he said it.
Because given the stakes of what's going on,
Yeah.
like this doesn't. It's counterproductive. It doesn't help
I agree.
anyone.
But it was a bad episode for both
pl- his
characters. It
plan
wasn't good for
even
either
anyway,
character.
Sure, but I think his point
was
is
terrible.
it's been consistently bad episodes for Manabu.
Oh yeah, for
He's
no for
always
him,
been
right,
bad.
right,
It's a
yeah,
normal
yeah.
episode
This
for
is
Manabu.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's
Well,
like Yuna
didn't-
drops a little, but Manabu just like he's already at the bottom. He can't go low.
You didn't like when he had that really impactful duel against the fish?
Bro, the fish man, dude.
Remember that
was
one?
crazy.
I mean, another
You remember who you
episode that
picked
was
in
like,
that duel,
come
Dylan?
on.
I picked
The fish.
no, but that was an accident because I didn't know who was who. Remember there was that whole thing.
I don't
General
know if it
was
an
it General?
accident.
Was it who's?
I think I
General
wrote
Study.
General Study, aka Manabu.
No.
and you guys
Yeah,
were like,
we
yeah,
yelled
you're
it because that's
very
not right.
confused
Yeah,
on it.
you have no clue what's going on.
Wait, no, you wrote.
You
General
didn't know.
Study
in
was
his answer. In his
Manabu.
answer, he wrote.
Yeah,
that
I don't remember.
No,
Listen,
he wrote General Study, a.k.a. the fish guy.
Right.
Because General Study
Right.
was
Was
Manabu.
Manabu.
that's what it was. That was a weird episode, man.
That was another thing. Manabu was General Study.
yeah.
Right.
Got weird. That was a whole weird time. The only ever time I'll the only time I'll entertain the Justice for Manabu thing is when we're like, yeah, he was really getting the hammer when he was like, oh, this guy made a mistake.
And I
everyone-
said that,
yeah.
and I defended this man.
I feel like we all did at one point.
and to still
now
come
we're-
on,
we're-
he
yeah.
is not, there is
The pendulum
he
has
didn't
swung
learn
back.
a single thing from that moment when he
No.
was basically a servant of the Valkyrians because he messed up when he joined Phaser's crew. He's learned nothing.
Also, you know what?
since
You know
then.
why he's also learned nothing. Him and Yuna are dueling. Wouldn't it have been a great moment for his character if he just like said, "Hey, I'm sorry about what happened the
if
last
he
time we
gave
dueled."
compassion,
Right?
He,
Empathy.
he basically killed her.
Yeah, of course.
He never even
Of course.
talked about it.
I mean, and that's on the probably the writing for not letting him do that. But like, yeah, I don't know.
I don't
missed
even know if it's on the
opportunities.
writing. I won't even blame the writers. I think that is his character.
Yeah.
I don't think he would say that.
No, you're probably
and,
right.
and that's the problem.
You're
with it.
probably
And-
right.
And finally, if I could,
yeah, yeah.
after my rant there,
Yeah.
the last shot with Yuga.
That was good. Yeah, what's the vibe you got? We
I
have it
get
on
it.
screen.
I think he's gonna agree with Dylan.
I get
more.
it's more. I don't get outright anger. I get more frustration, and I take it as more frustration that he's also been ducking them because he realizes he caused this. He don't know how to fix it.
Yeah.
And I think that part not only frustrates, but it scares him in some way. And you ever have a moment like in life where, like, especially when you're younger, but even now you could, where you're so frustrated you actually cry. That's how I feel like he's at that point where, like,
Yeah.
he has done all of this inadvertently. He didn't intend for any of this. And he knows everyone is turning to him by the surveillance, by everything that they expect that he's going to be able to fix this. I mean, he just got them at a quadruple space time. So,
Right.
of course, they expect him to do that.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know how to fix this. And he doesn't want to face any of them, I think. Like, yes, you could play the joke of him disappearing, but I also think narrative-wise, he's ducking them because he doesn't know what to say.
Yeah.
And they're expecting
And
so
that's
much from him,
frustrating.
right? They're expecting all the he's their key to
He's
saving
viewed as the savior.
right? If you think about who they've been looking for since episode, was it 92? And they're looking, was it 92 when they talked to Bocchi? And they're like,
92, yeah.
they were like, oh, his name was seen him. Oh, he goes, it's Yuga or bust. That's literally what we're at
Yeah.
this point, which is a terrible method, right? We're
Right.
relying on one kid who's from the future who accidentally set this all up. This guy's got everything on his plate, so of course he's got this look of like whether you want to call it like almost nervous, intent, because it's imagine. Everyone in this room would die, Dylan, unless you came up with a plan to save us.
Yeah.
How would you feel?
We'd be dead.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's.
Yeah.
That wasn't the point of the
No,
thing,
I
but-
mean,
know
it
what?
would
No, I
suck.
know
It's the
what you're
same
saying. I know
principle,
what
right?
you're
Like,
saying.
Joe,
it's-
we're about to disappear. This guy Caliber comes down, thinks he's hard at work. He's napping on the couch.
But he
please.
also needs to like he also knows he has to like F up the timeline again, because remember when they went back into Seven's the future in episode 62 when they were cats, they looked up the Valgyrians specifically, or UTS even, and there were no traces at all.
We know why.
So he's got to know that in his future as well, they probably did get wiped out. So now he already messed everything up by bringing Rush Jewels here. He even said that when they dueled the Lug. And now he's got to do something again that could also possibly completely F up
and it's going
the
to.
times list.
That's very
It's going
true.
to.
And that is also what the burden
Yeah,
could
probably
be
weighing
here.
on
Yeah,
him.
that's why that
Yeah.
intensity that it makes sense.
And it
Yeah.
sucks for him, too, because it's not like he's not one of these people. We know he's a tinkerer, right? He builds things. But it's not like one of these things he built went wrong and then it caused this riff in time and he went back in
it
time.
really wasn't his
Otis
fault.
caused this.
Yeah.
Okay, and now he's cleaning up the pieces of what he did, and presumably he knows he's still in some ways, whether it's the creator or Otis himself, he's still screwing him. Like, and so I think that part too is part of the frustration. Like, I can't figure this out. And this guy is constantly haunted me, and he is ruining everything.
Yeah.
And I didn't do anything, and I'm looked at by everyone. Please fix this. And it's like, I'm 13. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't fix everything.
Yeah.
Well, Pete, you said, and I thought about it right away as well, the shot where Yuga digs out of the trap by going underground reminded me much like when Otis was trapped by Goha. I think it was during the Mimi versus Roa duel when Mimi was controlled by the Goha mask.
I think it might
and
be,
then at the
yeah.
end of that episode, they go to check on Otis, and he's dug out of his cell. You said that wasn't a coincidence.
No,
You felt
I
so.
don't think
I
so.
mean, what is that? Does that further imply a connection between these two?
100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's not only a reference, I think it's a connection of, I mean, go back to episode 1 of 7, so these the same people. I think that theory, now that we have a season 3, grows and grows more
Well,
every
and
single
if
week.
they
Does
are
grow
the
every
same
episode.
person, then like you said earlier that like he feels like Otis has screwed him. I mean, it's himself, right?
Right,
That-
but it's maybe a future self that like
A version.
is coming back to mess up the past.
yeah.
They're still two separate people,
Yeah,
even though they're
yeah.
technically the same. They came from two different points
Which
of
is
time.
something that probably will have to get messed up in order to fix this. I think.
Yeah, what a great angle that could be. Could get very convoluted very quickly.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's what's more scary. So we have what 6 episodes left.
Of this
7.
arc, we have 7
So
episodes
7.
left.
They have to realistically. You make the argument, because we've talked about it. Does this need to go all the way into season 3, or should this be finished up by the end of season 2?
Yeah,
Right?
I'm the only one here that believes there's a good chance that Yuga is gone after the season.
I think I'm more like 55-45 on that. I do think though that I'd want Yuga to be gone by season 2. I mean,
Season
at the
3.
end, before 3 starts. I
Yeah,
apologize.
yeah.
The end of 2 coming up.
Yeah.
I want Go Rush to be able to try to stand on its own in a sense. Now again, Yuga's been MI, really doesn't show up a lot, but when he does, it's always something impactful, right?
Well, this whole season is about finding him and
Right?
getting him.
So
right, in a way.
you have to think they're going to at some point find him, and then does he go home? Does he fix the problem? I mean, how do we do this here? And that'll obviously lead us into season 3. But I want to have some Rush Yu-Gi-Oh without Yuga, and I love Yuga's character, I really do. But I think we need him to take a step so we can have. Because it just takes away from some of the other characters, I believe. Like they're using, he's the guy that saves the day, thinks of all the plans. What happened to Yumu? Yumu was that in the first arc. Well, great at that. Now she's
Also,
dropping off a cliff.
isn't it amazing? all these girl characters this arc. Yuna did not have a great episode, but Asaka did. Rovian did. Prasaki, the old lady, did. Manya, you know.
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't at the levels of the other
but it
ones,
wasn't
but it
bad.
wasn't bad. That being said, like, Yuumu is finally going to get her episode this week, and it's a tag duel. So she's sharing it with Yuhi.
And honestly,
Isn't that just crazy?
From the preview images too, it looks like Yuhi's like in charge too.
I
Like
mean,
you was looking up her Yuhi like, oh my god, you did that.
I feel like the girl character that has a better chance of like coming out more favorably in a lot of people's minds is Dinhwa than Yuumu.
Yeah.
She has an episode. Yeah.
I don't know. That's correct. But you just brought up Yuumu Dredge, so I felt like I just had to bring that up.
Right.
But
Yeah.
but yeah, like
To circle back on the point of Yuga being in the show, I get wanting Go Rush to stand on its own. I just think as the writers, you've so intricately tied this story to him, the creator Otis. You can't get bigger than a god, and that's what the creator is, and that's tied to Yuga. He can't just leave his mess behind.
Yeah.
Even if he's used sparingly, I think he's around for the entirety of the show.
Yeah.
In any way, shape,
I
or
think
form.
most people believe that. Yeah.
And it just makes sense from
Yeah.
a writing perspective. And the other point that I was just thinking of while I was sitting here is I was like, maybe Yuga and Otis or the creator are not the same person, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what if it's still equally as bad? What if inadvertently Yuga is learning from the things he's seen the creator, the Otis, do, and it's kind of turning him a little bit as a character.
Yeah. I'd
And
love
so
that.
even though they're not the same, he saw how he escaped. I escaped that way. And he's seen all these different things he does. And maybe that's why
Bad
in the
influence.
original timeline when he came back, that is Yuga, but maybe he's dressed more like Otis because he acts more like Otis because he's a changed character. He's a changed person.
Well, he's going through some experiences here, and he's now tasked almost single-handedly with trying to solve the, mortality of an entire race, a race that has already seen at least 8.88 million people die. So that would weigh on anyone, especially a young kid. He is a young kid, so didn't ask. Right, just as you said, he didn't ask for any of this. He just wanted to make rush rules.
He wanted to make rush rules
Wanted to make people happy.
a funner game that was kind of broke away from the stale Goha style duels. And all of a sudden, he gets wrapped up in some villain plot, and next thing you know, guy's trying to kill a bunch of kids and ruin the whole earth.
Yeah, well,
he didn't want any of this.
Right? No. I mean, I'll. And by the way, that guy is the same guy that pushed him and encouraged him to make rush duels. Otis gave him the 7th road card. Otis helped him install.
Do you
rush
think that's
duels.
part of the frustration that he's like, I'm trapped in this
He
game that someone made me
He got
play?
played by himself. He got played by himself.
Well, I mean that, but that's the thing.
himself.
One of the last lines of that duel between Yuga and Otis, I think about it every now and then because it's such a great line. Where
taking
Otis
a shower before work.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about that line, and where Otis said right before they go into the hyperspace, where I don't want to butcher it, but
I was trying to think
when
in
he
my head,
says, "Do you presume to know me?"
yeah, and
That one?
yeah, and Yuga's like, I do know you, and he goes, oh, and then they like go into the hyperspace. I'll find that exact quote, but
That's when he closes the distance and they both
yes,
go up.
yes, and they're like, but that line that interaction has always made me feel like there is something deeper there between these two at their core, and there's a lot about Otis that Yuga knew
he toyed
that
with him,
we
too.
didn't know.
He loves causing that pain to Yuga in that moment.
Yeah.
Because he knows that Yuga's just his ultimate chess piece in whatever game he's been playing now for 2 shows.
Yeah, it's very fascinating. I want to pull it up because I do think it's important, and I don't want to butcher it. So I'll pull it up real quick here. The final things that were said between Yuga and Otis. Because I think it's a quote that genuinely could have. I forgot how much we got post the duel in this episode.
the duel ended pretty quick.
Oh,
2
wow,
years later.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like half the episode.
Even before that, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right.
They got to close the distance first before they do the whole tale
montage.
of the
Yeah, this is it.
Oh, do you claim to know my feelings? Of course I do.
And then he
Yeah,
closes
and then the
it.
smile right there. Yep.
Yeah.
But right, so Yuga says, "You know just as well what I'm going to do," and then Otis goes, "Oh, do you claim to know my feelings?" And Yuga goes, "Of course I
if
do." And
if
the
you really-
smile right there, boom. It's like he knows that
played
Yuga,
right into his hand.
Yeah, he knows that Yuga. Right, and that smile of Otis also knows that they're going to get sent into the past based on. At least I believe.
Or
that.
he hoped that was going
Right,
to happen. at
right.
least. Like
Yeah.
he was willing. Maybe Otis didn't know exactly. But he was either willing to die or
Yeah.
go, "Hey, this could really be a fortuitous kind of thing."
Yeah,
here.
there is a lot in that final interaction that just makes me feel we're going to. And by the way, I'm kind of being contradicting there because if we do get that expanded on, then the part of me that believes Yuga, will stay around the whole show. I think he has to because there's no way this is all going to be explained before season 2 ends, at least in my opinion. So I am kind of hypocritical with that point. But, yeah, I mean, we'll get to some, I guess.
You're talking yourself into the other side.
Well, because I want that to be expanded on. I'm just not sure if we actually will get it expanded on.
Fair.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what people thought about this episode. As we were kind of more down on it. I mean, I liked it,
I
but
thought it was good. It just
Yeah.
there was not.
it wasn't up to the standards of the arc.
Exactly.
I mean, I actually
Nothing
got
really shown.
80
through
good.
like
80% good, great. Yeah, 14% decent, 4%
it seems like a
bad.
drop from last week.
Yeah, I think I wrote
2% milk.
Well, last week was like 98% good, great, or something like. It was like in the.
It was.
90s.
It was.
Well, no, it
insane.
added up to 98% again total. So there was a 2%.
No. Sorry, it was like 96 and then like 2 or something.
Yeah, no, it was a
something-
really good number.
last week
It was really high.
was 71 great, 21 good,
92.
4 decent, 2 bad. Yeah, so a lot more goods than greats.
Yeah.
Because this was 71 great.
Oh,
No.
I-
Yeah.
wow.
This is more good. This
But when
Yeah.
you combine the good and great,
It's
becomes
92
80.
versus 80, so
Yeah.
a little bit of a drop off. Decent went up 10%, and bad was 2 to 4. So, yeah, just understandable. I mean, 95 I thought was fantastic. I love 95.
95 was fantastic.
Yeah, great episode for Osaka as well. Also, with this win, isn't this sad? Go Yuna is now in the top 10 of most winningest girl characters in all
Ever,
of Yu-Gi-Oh!
right, yeah.
Ever. Do you know how many wins she has?
Is it 3?
3.
3.
That's
she's in the top 10, man.
Yeah. I know.
we're changing history here.
I mean, isn't that's crazy though? I have the list I was gonna do a while ago, the most winning girl characters in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm just gonna wait for Go Rush to end now that we have a whole nother year because Yuumu I think is gonna I don't even know. I thought Yuumu should have smashed Roman's record like 3 arcs ago, but now she just doesn't duel one-on-one duels because I don't count tag duels.
It's not looking good.
So I now she's not on the poster. I mean, is this crazy?
Is it?
Is she not gonna?
Now, if it goes this way the whole rest of the show, can you promise me something?
Sure.
Could you do one of those like detective style like kind of videos where it's
What
just
happened?
like, what happened to you?
I
to
used
you?
I used to do a series.
man.
I used to do a
And it's
series.
like all black and
One
white,
on-
and there's different images coming in the
Yeah.
intro.
I used to do a series.
Yeah,
What
it
on
just
earth
smacked right
happened to
Yeah.
the guy Bastion Misawa? What on
That's
earth
true.
happened to
That-
Carly?
that-
characters that just like vanished. That's the series
I think
I
this
would
could
do.
be it.
It
He
could
got
be.
a bad bitch and vanished.
This guy.
That
Hey,
was good.
hey, he ain't wrong.
No.
He ain't never lied, bro.
Never lied.
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I it'll be interesting to see. But like, we talk about like Yuumu and I want you to think about this. Yuzu, the main girl of Arc 5, did not duel in the last like 64 episodes of that show.
She was
Oh my
brainwashed.
god.
Yeah,
She was brainwashed.
for a little bit,
yeah, that's fine.
for maybe like 10
That's
episodes.
okay.
That's
She was there.
crazy.
I'll get there eventually. You know what I think?
It could be worse. That's
She was
all
like,
I'll say.
Yuya.
With your
Yeah.
girl characters kind of
Yeah.
vanishing and not. Well, that's what it was. She was a very good cheerleader. I'll give her
great.
that. Yeah, very good.
Great.
Great.
We want to do some donations.
I think
No?
we do.
Okay.
I would love that, yeah.
All right. To everybody that donated, thank you so much. I'm going to remove this picture of
Actually gonna run to the
Yuga.
bathroom while you
Dark
do this.
Emperor J, thank you for the $2 donation. Random question. If you feel like answering, who would be the best man for your wedding and who would be the bridesmaid?
That's
I feel
a loaded question.
loaded question.
You can't.
You don't
can't.
Hey, we're ending friendships.
But
tonight.
no,
hey,
I think it's brother. We all have brothers, so I think
Yeah,
it's
my
brother,
yeah.
probably.
So I can attest that mine will be my brother.
yeah,
Honestly,
mine
that-
will be too.
That makes it
Yeah.
so much easier.
Yeah,
is
it
that
does.
we could be like,
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah.
No, we all have brothers. Yeah.
The one thing I will.
You're nervous.
The one thing I will say is you do not choose the bridesmaids. Though. That's
Oh,
your,
yeah,
that is
no.
your
Oh, that's-
fiance.
yeah,
girl.
that's
Yeah, that's their
our-
job.
I know for Ivrea it would be her sister, so that's
Yeah.
pretty
Makes sense.
easy.
She got a
But
cop
brother,
out
yeah.
there too.
Brother.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Siblings are the ultimate cop.
I guess the groomsmen party you have to decide. It depends on the size. Depends on that depends on both sides of it. But
Well, now
Yeah.
that Caliber left, I could say you guys would be in my groomsmen party.
let's go. I hope he's not watching.
The best part is we'll never see that. you know?
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
great.
yeah,
That was good.
That was good.
What's funny about that is that it's a completely unnecessary stray. 'cause
Yeah.
They didn't even ask.
No, they didn't
about
ask
the-
about
Yeah,
no,
right.
no.
I love it.
That is crazy.
Well,
But
that's my bad. I brought it up.
thank you, Dark Emperor. I appreciate it. Limestone, thank you for the $2 donation. Happy birthday, Dredge. Happy Valentine's. What are your guys' favorite types of sweets? I like anything dark chocolate. Anything with
Thank you,
marshmallow, like dark marshmallow covered in dark chocolate's probably
That's
my
the
favorite.
I do love that.
Yeah.
It's you.
I'm a big like candy guy. I love gummies. I love like licorice. I
Those
love fruit
Lifesaver
snacks,
gummies, I know you
Lifesavers,
love.
My
yeah.
favorite, dark chocolate Reese's peanut butter cups. Just
Oh,
to
that's-
die for.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm not a
So bad.
Reese's
Yeah,
guy.
I
but-
know,
can't. I
I know.
can't do the peanut butter, man.
What about you,
I
Pete?
still that blows
You're
my
not really
mind,
a
man.
sweets
I'm
guy.
not really a
Yeah.
sweets
He
guy.
doesn't.
If I had to indulge, it's probably some form of milk chocolate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Classic.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a classic, yeah. Yusaku Fujiki supporter 420. Thank you for the $2
Very
Hey,
donation.
nice.
Yusaku.
Hi, Dylan and crew. This is my first donation to the podcast. I am watching Vrains with
Welcome.
Natalie. I really like Yusaku's character. Ai is cool. So is Revolver and Soulburner. Aoi is amazing. She is super cool as Blue Angel. Glad we can fit it in between life. Yes, I'm happy that you have
Yes.
my podcast on while you're watching Vrains. Thank you, Yusaku.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
I appreciate that very
I know
much.
they
Yeah,
just
all
recruited another one.
All those characters are very great. We love Revolver especially. here.
Revolver. Yeah.
Revolver
Yeah.
was right. Never
What's
forget.
interesting though is Yusaku's Soulburner and Blue Angel did not exist at the same time, so that's interesting,
It is interesting.
right? Because she was Blue Girl when Soulburner
She
came.
could still know who.
Yeah,
When she got
she's a girl.
smashed against
She
the
No,
wall.
but Soulburner did know Blue Angel. Soulburner specifically said that he
Right.
watched Go, Nizuka,
Right.
Blue Angel,
But
and
he's saying
Playmaker
as-
save Link Frames.
as
Yeah.
a person who
Yeah.
super chatted in.
Yeah, fascinating.
Yeah.
Fascinating stuff. Crystal Colden, thank you for the good luck $8.88 donation. Thank you, Crystal.
Yes.
Thank you, Crystal.
If I would be honest for a second, I have not been a fan of this arc. Oh, interesting.
Wow.
I couldn't find a good reason to like the last episode, and watching the episodes feel like a waste of time, but I don't want to drop the show because of that. I want to see this to the end. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, that's a great
Valid. That
example
can
of
happen.
people having different tastes, because
Different
I think most of us
That
have
was
felt
probably one of my
that was
favorite
me
arcs.
last
Yeah.
arc in the middle beat. Remember the beginning
Yeah.
of last arc?
Oh, man.
I remember. I think I said this. I know I said it on a
Oh,
previous.
you
podcast.
hated it, yeah.
I didn't hate it, but I was like, I literally just didn't want to watch it.
Yeah.
Like it was at that point where like I just
Well,
don't.
because you knew it was all them just going through time space to get to
yeah.
Quai Duel
So
eventually,
it was
and,
just kind of like I don't
weird one-offs.
I
yeah.
wanted to
Yeah,
get to the
exactly.
meat and potatoes. It was like someone was shoving like I love vegetables, but someone shoved me like some really bad like radishes, and I'm like I don't want to eat it.
Yeah.
So like I was at that point, but again, it got much better, and that's the important thing. But again, that can happen sometimes. In the show. There's
Yeah.
arc you don't click. You want to watch it, and that happens sometimes. But as long
Yeah.
as if you as Crystal said, if you want to stick with the show, maybe fight through a couple here, and then you're gonna get to like those better episodes in your opinion.
Well, I know some people with this show as well that if the arc doesn't do it for them, they just say, "All right, I'm going to take a little bit of a break.
and then cut
when
back
the
to it.
arc's
Yeah.
over, I'll
I'll
binge
binge
the
it.
whole arc."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that
sometimes
has
it's better. See, that was like so. Certain shows that I watched, like now, especially now that I now have been caught up on certain things, being able to watch like the whole season or the whole arc of a show really helps you. Because there's shows that like I used to like. I won't even watch now. But like I was like not a big fan of Vinland Saga season 2. It's just a random thought.
Yeah.
And then I rewatched Vinland Saga season 2 all in a row, and I go, wow, this is incredible. Like it went from being, oh, this is good to holy. Like it was just because I got the connections. It all got there quicker than having to wait 12 weeks, right? You
Yeah.
argue 12, 13 episode arcs. When you have to wait, over 4 months, like 3-4 months or something, it can be stale at times, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you could watch it all at once, and again, I'm not someone who thinks either one's better. I think both have their positives. But in that case, in Crystal's case, maybe as you said, take a break, go back to it.
yeah,
and then rewatch
binging.
it all
Binging, I feel, is always a better
you
experience.
just get everything you want.
And gratification.
Yeah, and like I'll never forget when My Hero came back on last year.
You
Dredger,
delayed it. You delayed
I
it.
delayed it by
You delayed
probably
it.
about 8 or 9 episodes, and every
I thought it
week,
was
well, and
crazy.
every week Dredger would say to me, "This season is insane.
I
You
would.
have to watch it." And I was
It
like, "I will, I will."
was, yeah.
And then when I watched it probably in like 2 days,
Yeah,
and
you
I was
had
saved
saved it.
shaken. I mean,
I
that
told
it
you,
was
man.
it was crazy.
I think I was worried though because I did hype it
Crazy.
so much. I'm like, Dylan's not gonna
You
like
did
this.
not overhype
And then
it.
like
You
I
did
came
not
back
overhype
one
it.
week for the podcast, and he goes, "Dude,
You did-
you weren't wrong." I'm
No,
like,
you
I
did not
told you, man.
overhype
I
it.
felt,
That-
but I was worried because deep down, I'm like, what if I just like told him it was this good, and Dylan goes,
Nah,
don't
you
like
didn't.
It. But yeah, so. Oh yeah, that's another good example. Delayed versus instant gratification. They're two different things, and both have their perks.
I will also say with this arc, I know Crystal's a big fan of Yuhi. I know there's a lot of big Udius fans out there. If you're a big fan of the main trio, To
This
all
is not
you,
your
to
arc.
all you big Yuumu fans, by the way, my heart is with you, because that's been trouble for you guys for a while
this
now.
arc has not
But this season for her.
This arc has not belonged to the main trio, though.
But right,
this
exactly. That's my
season-
point.
This season for Yumu, but this
That's
arc
my
has not
point.
belonged to the main
Yuhi
trio.
in 91 had a little bit with like the hat festival and everything, but 92, 93, 94, 95, I don't know if Udius, Yuhi, and Yumu had 5 lines in this episode.
No.
I don't think they did.
were-
Oh
did.
wow! Combined, yeah. So like, if you enjoy this show because of the main trio, if it's main trio driven, which some people they love their protagonists, then this arc definitely is not for you. And I think that's an element that none of the 5 of us really have because we're not as like main trio driven.
But for people that are.
But for people that are, I do see this. I do see why this arc maybe has not been favorable to
I
them.
think we've
Yeah.
had this conversation on the podcast, especially Pete. The villains make a show, the supporting cast. Everyone knows your usually your MC, your main are gonna be good, right? You can make that argument. They're gonna be at least good, right? It's who you put around them, how they do to kind of build everything else up. Especially villains. I'm a big villain guy like Pete there, but yeah, some people aren't a fan of the big 3.
Right.
Like
I will.
us,
I will say, if anything, this arc shows that our supporting cast
we have a lot.
we have not only a lot, but a good supporting cast.
Yeah.
they're good.
They're
They
winning
are
Best
good.
Supporting Actor.
I agree.
Let's
Well,
put
and
it that way.
they're capable. With
Thank you
Sevens,
for
how
the
often would you get an
dono.
episode in Sevens that did not have to do with Yuga or Luke or Roman or Gakuto? I can't think of one. I mean, maybe
There's
like
probably a
Gohai,
few.
maybe like the Gohai Yuga versus Yuo one, where like Swirly revealed himself, but like the main crew was still there.
Yeah.
Like
they were
95,
intently there.
95, our main trio was nowhere to be found.
Barely,
like
yeah.
that's the big difference in my opinion between
They
Sevens
were
and
big
Go Rush.
chillin'.
Sevens, the main
Relied on
4
them. They needed
were
them. They needed them.
but they were great. I
They
love
were-
the
oh,
main 4.
we loved them.
And with the main 3 here, it's felt like not as I just don't feel like I have that same like connection, and they don't have the same connection that the main 4 of Sevens did. However, the side supporting cast, the villains, much better in Go Rush in my opinion
Yeah,
than they were in
100%.
Sevens.
You
Yeah.
said main 3. Who's the third?
Well, Uemu is supposed to be.
Oh, okay. I kind of forgot
come
that. I kind of
on,
forgot that there was a
come
third
on.
one.
Hey, I'm taking them up.
That's
That's tech.
I'm in
It's a
it.
tech.
I mean, dude, she's been missing for so long.
She'll come back. She'll be okay. Pink Penguin, thank you for the $2 donation. Hi, Dylan Crew. Happy birthday, Dredger. Hope you're all well. I knew Yuga would escape. LOL. I don't think this duel needed to happen
Thank you, Pink.
personally, especially since Yuna is stopping the plot for her simpery. Manabu was great until he started his theories.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I'll
he said one right thing.
What was that?
It was that, the Valkyrians is more important than your personal
That's true.
feelings.
That's
Yeah.
true.
And then everything
Yeah.
else he said was kind of just flushing the
Gaslighting
toilet.
Elaine, yeah.
He's like, yeah, this is more important. And by the way, you're the reason that Yuga's not
Like,
here,
well,
and everybody hates you.
But
and
by the way, it was not a great episode for Yuna. I mean, I said that
No.
at the top. So.
Neither. Like it's not like
No, it
Manabu didn't help-
reinforced
didn't help
my
himself.
thoughts on
Yeah.
both of them.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hey, hold these double L's. That's what I was saying to both of them.
I like that.
Crystal Colden, thank you for the $2 donation. Ghosting Someone starts music. Weekends by Big Time Rush. Can't you just let me know why you so hot and cold? I want to know the reason you only call me on the weekends. Great song. Big Time Rush. Check it out. I don't know if that was actually how it went.
definitely not how it was.
Honestly,
It was
I got to
good.
give you a lot of credit. I don't know.
It could
and I just
be.
went, wow, that was pretty
It
good.
could have been
I
in
You
swear.
are the
Dude.
king of making up
Yes.
lyrics.
Cal's pretty good at that
She put
too.
the lyrics
No,
in
yeah,
there.
she
I don't
put
know
the
if that's
lyrics,
the
but
flow.
It's definitely not
Yeah,
the melody.
might
Wrong
not
melody,
have
but you know what? That improv, I liked it.
There you go.
I'll take
I
it.
sang it to any kind. I tried to sing it to any kind of guy you want.
Oh, God.
Can't you just let me know? Dun, 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 dun,
I don't
dun.
know.
see
I
where
think
you're
we
going
should write a new song.
Any kind of guy you want. Girl. Crystal Colden, thank you. Pink Penguin, thank you for the $2 donation. Manabu was great in season 1, but dipped in season 2 until he finally got out of his
That's a
rut.
strong word.
He was getting better, but the writers crap on him every chance they get. He went from hating the group to constantly helping them, but season 2 craps on him a lot. I mean, there's a couple ways you could view it. You could view it as the writers crapping on him, or you could view it as that's just how his
That's how they
character is
intended
supposed
his
to be.
character to be, yeah.
You know, and that I guess is a debate in of itself. And you can really argue that for any character.
That's kind
right?
of how I see. I don't think this is a fault of the writing. I think this is how he was intended to be. He's kind of like self-obsessed.
That was the. What the hell's wrong with you, Cal? What the heck?
I'm assuming.
I just fluffed up your hair.
Tug on his hair.
Yeah, I see.
I pointed out you're growing. You've been growing.
Yeah, because I saw Barrett write something about kissing me on the cheek.
No.
No.
wanted you to kiss.
You're-
one
Yeah,
of
it was
us- one
basically
of us-
sevens
all
up.
of us had our
Yeah, it
eyes
was
closed,
basically
we had to
sevens
guess
up.
who you kissed.
Yeah. I don't. I don't know that I'd say Manabu was great in season 1. Manabu was good. Great
Hey,
strong.
Manabu had potential.
You-
We'll say that.
You're absolutely
did.
right.
We'll say that. Manabu had
Absolutely.
Anyone in
potential.
the
That's
world could have potential.
Infinite.
Oh yeah, no, he had potential.
Yeah.
That's
And,
it.
and again, here's the thing. Like
He
you
had
know,
a good chance.
He had a
right
chance.
before the opening
kickoff. Yeah.
a lot of people will argue like writing, right? I mean, but most time the writing is done for.
They
a
know what
reason.
their
It's-
character wants.
Yeah,
to
they
be.
know what they
want us
want.
to like
They're
him.
not just writing them bad because of like a reaction. I guarantee people liked Manabu, in the beginning, especially with the ratings. It wasn't like, oh, he got bad, and we got to start making him be a bad guy now. I don't think that's what it was. Like I think as you said, and Pete said, and even Cal said, like it's that's how he's supposed to be written.
Yeah, we've seen it enough with him now where I just feel like he is a flawed character.
Yeah.
And that's part of his character.
And that happens.
Not a flawed character,
I mean,
a flawed person.
The same could go.
Yeah.
Could have been said, or could be said for Gakuto, who was like, as much as I love him dearly, like
Yeah.
he was clearly a flawed character. That he had a mental break
against Nail, yeah.
and it was somebody else until he wasn't.
Right.
Where Manabu is also flawed, but
Manabu's mean. Gakuto is not
You
mean.
also could
Right.
argue,
Yeah. Never
right?
Yeah.
We can make the same argument for Yumu. Yumu just had bad writing. That's all it is. She has potential. No, but
She's had
but
no
you can
writing.
make that no writing. That's the point, though, right? So you can. What I'm trying to get is you can't use the writing to defend a character.
no.
This is the writer's room when they're writing Yumu scenes.
Right. The writing,
They're out.
I think when you can criticize writing, at least for me, is in the instances, I'll take Soul Eater as an
Like
example,
utilization.
where the anime catches up to the manga, and then the anime writers say, all right, we're going to make our own ending to this, and we're not going to wait for the manga to end. So that's what the Soul Eater anime did. So the Soul Eater anime goes on a completely different direction
Right.
after like the first 2 seasons, and the ending is not like the best. I thought the ending of the Soul Eater anime to me was always like, it was always okay, but I preferred the earlier parts. The Soul Eater manga ending, which I read up on, seems 20 times better. So that's a case where then you can say the writers in the anime room or at Studio
Say that with
Bones,
the
I think it
Promised
was.
Neverland as well.
Bones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like why do that? Full Metal Alchemist, they did it, and then they made Brotherhood,
Brotherhood
right?
Matter,
Made
Brotherhood
Brotherhood.
Matter, yeah.
Tokyo Ghoul, I don't know what's going on with them, but I just hear the anime's
I
horrible.
feel so bad for
Game of
Nicole. Loves
Thrones.
Tokyo because she read some of the manga.
but the anime's terrible,
The anime
right?
is not good.
Yeah,
I don't know why
Not
it
wrong,
has
but it's
again
also sort of-
so much. It's written beautifully.
So I guess they
that
don't
is the
follow
most
the manga.
frustrating thing when like there are books or a manga.
Oh, God.
And it's like, bro, it reminds me of that RDC World video.
Yeah.
Just follow what's already there. Nah, we can make it better.
Yeah.
No, you can't. Do exactly what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
I think that's why a lot of people loved the Harry Potter movies because they were not.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, it's not word for word. Everything's not the exact same.
No,
but it
because
is
of course
so
it's-
closely
But
tied.
I need all
to
the main
book.
points.
Yep.
That's what's supposed to be there.
Well,
Do not take it somewhere
Game
else.
of Thrones ending. They decided to not wait
well,
for the book.
Okay, but yeah,
Well,
in
'cause those
fairness,
guys had to
I
go
mean,
write
George
Star
R.R.
Wars.
Martin literally might never finish the series.
Yeah, that's
I
the
mean,
problem.
that's a little bit different. They were put against the wall in a case of they
And they
thought he'd
didn't
be done
execute.
with, I think, Fire and Ice.
Yeah.
They
He's,
didn't
he's
execute.
still not done.
And
I mean, how long has the show been
HBO
done?
was like,
I
hey, we
don't-
want that
hey,
last
look,
season.
time
I
now.
don't know, but all I'm saying is that they took about 2 seasons worth of content and put it in 3 episodes.
Yes, that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
terrible writing on their part, but that was one where they literally had nothing to follow because I mean he I don't think he's ever going to finish them. I really do because I think there's another book after this one. He's not even done with this one, and he's getting up there.
It would be like if the people at what studio does JJK again? Mappa said, the Shibuya arc is good in the manga. Let's change it.
We
a
can
little
do it
bit.
better.
Let's fiddle with it.
We could do it better.
That would be what.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Right.
so frustrating
Let's
sometimes.
fiddle with it a bit. Yeah.
I'm gonna replay that video after the stream again because that's exactly what it's like.
Yeah. So, but it's a good debate, man. It's a good debate with Manabu. Revolver, thank you for the $2 donation. Hey, Pete, I heard your thoughts on the Ignis. Want to join the Knights of Hanoi? We have tons of computers and servers and a free ride on the yacht.
Yeah, where do I sign up? I'll absolutely be there. Is it like one of those like, hey, you won like a grand prize and you click the link thing and you have to give my PayPal information?
Oh, 100%.
Do you think, as a Knight of Hanoi, because you understand you'd be dressed as a generic Knight of Hanoi to start.
Oh, to start, yeah.
Do you think that if you came up against Brave Max, would you duel
No,
him
I would.
better?
I would waste him. I mean,
I believe
they
that.
wouldn't even be able to recognize his body when I was done with him.
Okay.
Let's just put it that way.
Let him cook. No,
Team
no,
up.
no.
That's 2 feet in bounds
That was
right
2
there.
feet in
That's
bounds.
2 feet.
That's what
They
I
wouldn't be
mean.
able to
That is
identify the
that might
body.
be
I
one
can't
of
wait.
the
So thank you so much for the invite. I can't wait.
might be one of the craziest things
No.
ever said on this
Colin
podcast.
said-
No, that's not the
Hold
case.
on, no. Colin says you would kill him. That's not what he said. He said he would bring him to the point where he's unrecognizable.
Right. That's what I said.
Which could mean yes, kill him or not, but way worse.
It sounds a lot worse.
It'll be all right. And you know, we're also
Oh,
talking about
man.
Rain's character, right? So he still has an image in real life of his outside body. But let's put it this way. I'd make him so he would never join the Vrains again. He'd be like, I'm never entering the network again. I'm terrified.
That might not be a bad thing.
It's over.
That
Sounds like cyberbullying.
that's what's gonna
to
happen.
me.
Not causing bodily harm to
No,
the
no.
real-
His character's done.
No, okay.
That Brave
cyberbullying.
Max character, dead.
Okay.
They're done.
You know what?
Yeah.
I think that's definitely fair play.
I feel like that's cyberbullying.
As someone who studied counseling in college,
Yeah,
I think it's fine.
Thank you, Nick Tate.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go by his word.
What did Nick say?
We've got some super chats.
Someone who studied counseling in college.
We are also stick around. Oh, is my live timer frozen? It says 57 minutes.
He did it. You saw that, right? He did it.
Yeah,
Look
this
down.
says 73.
Very frozen.
He writes it.
We are going to be making our picks for Yuamu and Yuhi versus Dinois and Muda. So those picks are going to be coming up next. And then, of course, we will talk a little bit as it's getting closer to the big clash between Udius versus Yugioh, our Monday Night Football prime time matchup. Can't wait for that one.
That's a way to word it.
And that's a week and a half away. We got some supers.
Are we getting
Yeah,
someone
we
to sing the Monday Night Football?
No, but next week should be the start of that intro. Should be. Soundboard should be
I
back,
am
so
You guys are
Pumped for that. They have no idea.
They have no
what's
clue
going
what's
on.
coming.
no,
They got
that'll
no
be the
idea.
intro for every episode going
Yeah.
forward.
And you know what? And I will preface it with what we're saying right now. It's not one of our bits.
No, it's not
So
a
just-
bit. It
just
really
take that
isn't.
as you will.
We
Yeah,
do
it's
have to
gonna be sick.
disclose that.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. Well, that's a bit.
Yeah.
That's a bit.
What did I say?
Yeah, his lack of being able to.
What did I say?
You said if the clock was working the next time you got here, you would hurt me. So-
No, not at all. I said you can't talk about that clock until you find the remote.
right.
Perfect way to get out of it.
That did not get him out of it. That made me more angry.
You're right. All right. So I'm not going to talk about it.
He's gonna point to it.
If
He's
it was
trying
working, it would have hurt me.
Well, actually, Barrett has a quick question. Do you guys think Taylor Swift and Jerry Kelsey will last?
Jerry.
Yeah, probably.
I thought it was Tom.
No, they'll last.
Okay. All right.
Forever.
Let's move
Forever.
on.
Okay.
Something's on.
Yes. Yeah. We've got $10 from Sean Gilbride.
Sean, thank you so
Sean.
much, my
Sean.
man. Good to hear from
He
you
said,
again, dude.
Last Friday night was one of the best nights of my life. At my second night to shine prom, some of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything crew has seen the post, like the
Yes.
video I posted or sent it to my on Instagram. Which he sent to
Awesome.
me.
Yeah.
Sean was looking sharp.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh my
Now,
God,
what
that
was this event for the people that didn't see Instagram?
I'm not completely positive on it, but it was like a prom night of sorts.
Oh,
It was like
cool,
an event.
dude.
It was like a ball. It was like a whole.
They were on the red carpet.
Yeah, like swagged out.
was
Dude,
said feel yourself a little bit,
in
man.
the
There you
suit.
go.
Oh my God, dude.
Looking fly?
Looking fly.
Sean
Nice.
looked very good.
Good.
It was sick.
Sean,
No,
we're proud of you,
the video
man.
was nice,
We're
yeah.
always,
Good, man.
he
Glad you
did say life's been so busy for him, so I know Sean has not been keeping up with Go Rush,
I mean, hey,
which
you
is
know
totally
what?
fine.
That's
you know.
great.
The
actually.
thing that I say,
If life's
by the way,
busy-
yes, and the thing that I always say about this channel, this podcast, whatever, this will always be here for you. As long as there's a Yu-Gi-Oh show going on, we're not going anywhere. The channel's not going anywhere.
That's
so if
true.
you guys need to take breaks from it, from the show, we'll always be back whenever you want to come
And when
back.
you're done,
Yeah.
like, you get old age or something, your kid's taking over.
Right.
So it'll always be here.
And then I can do what Joe Beningo does on WFAN. I can come on for
Spotlight.
a
random
couple
times.
once or a week just to talk about
Yeah, it's like
state of the
your old
show.
kooky dad
Right.
segment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, all right,
it's
we're
like
gonna
back
bring
in
our
my
dad
day
back
when
in.
Yu-Gi-Oh was something, and this is like Yu-Gi-Oh.
People are going to
80.
be commenting, wow, I wonder what your dad Dylan thinks about this.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, man.
That's my dream.
Oh,
That's
God,
my
that
dream.
would be
Your
crazy.
kid's gonna be like, I don't want to carry on the family business.
You're gonna do it.
Too
You're
damn
gonna like it.
bad.
Oh my God. Back to bed, Grandpa.
Colin, I've been here. Oh my God, Colin gets the updated channel membership. 600 months.
I mean, in the future, we're
Wait,
still
let's do
going.
the
You
math.
can
That's
see that.
50 years.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can see that.
600 months. Oh, Colin, thank you
thank you
Colin,
so
thank you for
much.
the 587 months of Obelisk Blue, man. I appreciate you.
But no, but you have to do it in a way older voice.
Well, that'll be my son
Okay.
saying
okay.
it. Yeah.
And then
I know you've been here supporting my dad. You're now supporting me. You're a great guy.
You hear
man.
Dylan yelling from his chair in the background.
I used to love that guy. You know, I met him at a Jump Festa.
he came over for Jump Festa back in 2020.
So when I'm 75, I'll be living with my 40-something-year-old son.
Well,
That's-
Yeah.
He's taking care of you.
Well, let me take care of it. Your facilities are gonna go down fast.
Oh, what a shot! That's
That like it took all the way to like 70, but that's when all your bad dieting caught up with you. You're
Yeah,
right
well,
there.
that would make sense.
To get all that red 40 from the Swedish fish caught up with you.
You guys love bringing the red 40
Yeah,
up.
because it's really not good.
It is that bad. No, you barely.
I barely eat
Anymore.
anymore.
That changed your brain chemistry.
That's why you are the way
The
you
amount
are.
that you consume during high school alone was
Yeah. I
enough
would
to
buy
take
those
down like a
1-pound
woolly
bags.
mammoth.
Yeah, I know.
You're not helping.
You consume
Look
a
at the
lifetime
smile,
worth.
bro. He's like the 1 pound bag.
1 pound bags would be playing Warcraft 3.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the recent video of the dog that got into, I think it was Doritos or something, that had red 40 in it, and the dog was like changed. The dog was nasty, like, and wouldn't let go of the bag when the owner was trying to grab it. I'm like, that shit changes.
Yeah,
me,
red
man.
40. you
Maybe
see some
that's why
shit.
Dill kept banning me. It was just a red 40 in him.
It is brain.
No,
I think it had to
no.
do with back in the day. You could view people's top 3 on Snap.
Oh,
I think
well,
that
that
was a
was a-
large
that'll-
part
yeah,
of you
that-
getting
that-
banned.
All right,
I'm glad they got
next-
rid of that.
Next super
That was a
chat.
tough
They got
time.
rid of that. We have $5 from Jack TCG VGC.
Jack Knight,
Jack.
thank you, my
Jack.
man.
Jack.
Appreciate you, Jack.
Yeah, he actually just DM'd me earlier today. He said, "What up, y'all? It's been a minute. Going to catch up. Go Rush soon.
Good.
In comic vibe with DC/Marvel, reading through Blue Beetle and Spider-Man.
Nice, very nice.
that.
Oh, what? I mean, I haven't read a lot of Blue Beetle, but what are you reading in Spider-Man? Anything old, or are you reading some of the new stuff?
Right what you're putting in reading in Spider-Man, write it in chat, Jack. Also, you said you've been catching up Marvel and DC, you said, or just
Yeah.
Marvel. So gotta ask your thoughts on Madame Web. Definitely let us know if you've checked that one
I've got
out.
some thoughts.
Yeah, his center around Sydney Sweeney. That's where his thoughts start and end.
Dude, I just watched the hot ones, and literally she's Sean.
It's a good one.
It's a good
is
one.
a
It's
good
a very
one.
good one. And she brought Sean, the interviewer, as many of you may know if you watch Hot Ones, he's great. Goated. He's like, "Oh, you like reading? What have you been reading?" She's like, "Oh, Claire and the Sun." And I literally was with a friend. I
Thank
stood up. I'm
you
like, "I have that
for
book.
the
I have that
dono."
book.
No, you didn't.
I do. Yeah, I did.
No, not where do we give him the book. It's your
I know,
reaction to the
I
book.
did. I did do that. And then we were like joking, like as like we were eating dinner as we were watching it, and we were pretending as if we were eating dinner with her. So we were smiling every time she was on camera, and then her straight face.
I thought Dylan was the crazy one. I'm starting to think it's
Hey,
Nick D.
Hey,
I
Nick
like
T.
it.
We're gonna have a talk after
No,
this.
Yeah, Nick
bud.
T, we gotta talk.
I think there's something going on.
That's in bounds.
That's not
you.
enough.
No, that
It's 3 against 2. You
no,
lose
that's
that one.
not
No,
enough.
his word has weight.
I got some weight to my
We are
words.
increasing the crazy statements said on this podcast.
It's bad, dude.
Holy Lord.
I'm excited for Madam Web. Hey, you know what? Not even just because of Sydney Sweeney,
It'll be a funny
because of Dakota Johnson.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
You're just thinking of that one scene from The Social Network.
I forgot about that.
That's what you're thinking about.
That's a great movie.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of a whole different movie series.
No,
think
I
the
don't.
movie
I don't
series-
regard that series as existing because it was
No.
terrible.
I'm gonna say this. I've been getting
the books.
no clips. Like full several minute clips of the Social Network on TikTok, and I'm
Yeah.
watching them. I'm like, wow, I really need to watch this.
Yeah,
movie
see, you
again.
know what's been happening in my algorithm? Just constant Game of Thrones clips. Never watched the show in my life. Every clip is Game
You're
of
getting
Thrones.
a sign.
And I'm like,
You're getting a sign.
this is pretty good. As I watch it,
Again,
Yeah. The whole
again,
series.
Game of Thrones first
No,
4
the whole-
seasons is
Yeah.
gold.
I'm like,
thing,
damn,
the whole-
that writing right there, that line,
Oh, go.
that was
No,
exquisite.
the entire show of Game of Thrones is great.
Yeah,
the
that's
thing
the
is
ending.
that the end could have just been done so much
No,
better.
yeah.
Because,
without
like when we get in these hype of shows, just as the public, right? And
Yeah.
we get that fever. It's like everybody's watching. I'll watch it. This is the one boat I missed when
Yeah.
everyone was in.
It's not over.
I was not.
It's not. you
was
haven't-
not
you
watching.
haven't,
You're
like,
allowed
missed
to
it,
hop
though.
on board whenever you
Yeah.
want.
Because I know how it ends.
That's okay.
It really discourages
Yeah.
me watching it.
Why? Why does that discourage you?
No, there's a lot that you would really
Honestly,
enjoy if you watched it
Dude,
anyway.
it's so good.
usually I'm with you, Pete. If the ending's bad, I'll avoid something.
Yeah, that part's
I
tough.
won't lie to you. It
House
it
of the Dragon.
doesn't. House of the Dragon was a good
Points out.
start. But honestly, Pete, there's so many episodes, and they're an hour long each. It's still worth it. Even with
there's-
it really is.
I'm
That's
thi-
a
I'm
scary
thinking about
part.
it.
Like,
That
Like-
good.
There's enough that goes on
Oh,
in like
God.
season 3 and 4 alone that
Oh,
I'm
my
like, no, you
God.
should watch
There's
it.
just some of the
There's just-
writing, and I know this
oh.
is off topic,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
just some of the
Magical.
writing where I was just like,
Magical.
wow, that is some damn
Oh,
good
the
writing.
lines are
Yeah.
great.
Like, holy
Oh,
crap.
good.
Bro, the twist and turn, it's
Yeah.
just all over the
Pete,
place.
I
It's so
looked
good.
forward to going to work when I was watching that because I would watch it on the train.
Yeah.
So I would
can't wait to
I
go
would
to
Gotta
work.
get one episode
Literally,
in on the
no,
train, literally. like,
it took me
exactly.
55 minutes to get to Newark from the train station, which was the exact amount of time I needed
You
for an
have to watch 2
episode.
episodes a day.
So I'd watch
What?
2 episodes a day.
Let me ask you a follow-up question on that. Where were you normally sitting? You're an aisle seat guy, a window seat guy?
On the train,
Yeah.
at that time, wherever I could get a seat.
Okay, so let's say you're in the aisle, but the window seat is open. Are you pissed when you have to pause it because someone interrupts you to go sit at the window?
I mean, probably.
No, because if the window seat's open, I sit at the window so that no one interrupts me.
I'm with him on that
The,
one.
the train etiquette actually is you sit window, right?
You know, not everyone follows.
If you're in
that.
the, I know, but if you're in the say you're on the 3-seater side, you sit window first. The next person sits aisle. The last person in has to sit in the middle, so the aisle person will get up, let them in, and then sit back.
You ever fight with someone on the train over a seat?
No,
Thankfully, no, yeah.
I actually there are times where they'll like
gotten yelled
people,
at on the
like,
train.
Like you look at people and they have like their
Yeah.
bags in the middle seat and stuff, and you
Yeah.
know they're not going to move them. I've just stood the whole time going. Because I'm like, I'm not getting in an argument at 7:30 in the morning. It's not.
Nah, it's not worth it.
I'll watch it.
I don't have the
standing
brain
on the-
capacity for that.
All right, Nick, take next one.
Yeah, anyway, thank you, Jack.
Thank you,
Yes.
Jack.
Thank you, Jack.
We got a tangent.
We digress on that one. We have $2 from a Stinkfly.
Stinkfly.
Does anyone know if Yuna is popular in Japan? Which I think we got an answer. I think Japan does like Yuna. I think that's
Okay, I can't confirm that or
Someone,
reject
a few
that.
people in chat did say.
I've got no
it seems-
idea. I don't even know how we would measure that.
You
Like,
would have to. I think you would
the
have to be on
episodes that she's
Japanese
primarily-
Twitter,
Like
approval ratings.
and considering none of us speak the language or on that side of Twitter,
No.
I
don't
can't
think we
confirm
can
nor deny.
confirm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We need Aura for that one.
I was gonna say Aura would Aura would have a good grip on
Yeah.
that because she's usually very
And where the
into
hell
that
is she?
fandom, that side of the fandom. So if she's on at some point soon, we can ask her that for sure. But I'm
Yes.
not sure.
No,
I'm not
yeah.
sure.
Thank you, Stinkfly.
Thank you.
We have $5 from Crystal Colden.
Thank you,
With a
Crystal.
statement
Crystal.
I do not agree with here.
Okay.
I want you to say.
Well, mostly it's Manabu had the right idea, but took it too far at the end there. Fair.
All right.
Hashtag justice for Manabu.
So
Who's that?
so in defense, wait, in defense, she wrote in chat. I saw it. She wrote in chat that I already said it before the ban was put on for the.
Okay.
terms.
Oh no! I
we're
believe
not.
that.
No, we're not banning.
We're not banning anyone for
No,
that.
the timeout.
Oh,
the
I'll
timeout,
do
sorry.
it.
No, we're not
Timeout.
doing
I'll
that.
do it.
That
Timeouts.
But yes, I agree with the statement. I don't agree with the tag at the end.
yeah, I mean, listen, it
This is
stinks.
again justice for Mystico.
Oh god.
Why?
I can't. Yeah, why?
It stinks. I get it if you were a very big fan of Manabu early on to see that he's kind of turned into this, but it just is what it is.
Yeah, well,
it
just,
just is what it
say,
is.
hey, you know what,
Yeah.
Gakuto's better. Just go stand Gakuto instead.
Yeah.
That's that simple.
Stinks.
saying.
You know what? This is a great arc to switch over if you're a big Manabu fan to the Prasaki fandom.
Yeah, you've been leading that
Where does
fandom
that
real.
come from?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you've
she had
been
a great
leading that,
episode.
that
She did.
fandom based on.
There's no one-to-one comparison.
Yeah,
Well,
based
I mean,
on
she's
one
nice.
episode, you've really been pushing that fandom. Any reason why?
No, I've seen many people online talk about her.
Do you remember on the live react
Yes,
to that?
yeah.
You said she was the hottest character in the show.
I don't remember
You
saying
did
that.
say that.
I did.
I
I
don't
could've
remember
sworn I
saying
heard
You
that.
said she is hot.
I don't think I would have said that.
You know, it's okay.
I'll-
She's a
I'll-
grown
I think
adult.
you said smoking.
Okay.
Okay, all right, wait.
First of all-
So I'm gonna answer all the questions. So no, Dylan did not say smoke, and it's not something he would say. However, you did say Prasaki was hot.
You said she's so hot.
Well,
Chad.
He wouldn't say Chad. That's something I would say. He
she's
wouldn't say
aesthetically
Chad.
pleasing. I'll say
You
that.
got a good design. I think
Yeah,
you
she's
said.
got a great design.
Oh, not even good. Great.
Great.
She's got a great design.
Got a
No, she's cool.
great
She's got that
design.
like 70s, 80s like rock look. You know.
What did you?
I think there's a specific, kind of traits that you're attracted to, and that's okay.
How old do you actually think she is?
She's
She's
probably in
old,
later
man.
40s, at
30s.
least. Maybe 50.
That's how she
I think
looked
I
when
think
she
she's
changed.
I think
She
she's
looked a lot
late
younger.
30s.
Yeah,
Catherine.
see?
Okay, even
No.
that's okay.
All right.
It's all right.
Okay. Because some people are wanted to claim in one of the streams previously that she was in her 60s.
No, 60's too old.
I think she was.
That seems
I think she was
crazy.
faking to look.
Yeah,
older.
that's what I think the
She's
joke
like
was.
when you watch one of those GQ videos where they do kind of a makeover
Oh,
on
the
someone, makes them look
makeover.
20 years younger. I feel like I was the same way.
Well, hold on. How do you think Mr. Tazaki is?
Same age.
Well,
80.
Should be the same age. Oh no,
He's,
should-
no, but his
should be
child
the same
form
age.
was
Same
60.
age.
So
Yeah, should be the
I'm
same
okay
age,
saying
right?
Same age.
Should be the same. Or who is the drummer boy? What's that kid's name?
Well, he looks like he's on
mine
death
is
row.
Shoto.
Yeah. I know.
Okay.
Hold on. That's mean.
Hey.
Or even Ushido or whatever his name is in this. They should all generally be the same age. Those people are in their 50s.
Well, they look like almost. Yeah, they look old. I was gonna say a different word.
I think Prazaki just looks great for her age. I
Yeah,
think
we
that's what
know.
it is.
she does look
come on,
great. Yeah,
come on.
thank you for it.
I agree with that. She looks great for her age because she's older than you think she is.
why
she's
are you
not her
thanking
late
him
30s.
for saying that?
No, I'm grateful that
We're
someone
getting
else-
off on a tangent.
you're right.
Next
Okay.
donut.
That's
Next
what this
one.
podcast is.
Next
Yeah,
one.
We're allowed to be
But then I don't get to go
Timmy's.
home till 11.
Crystal,
11.
great job. Great.
Happy
Thank
birthday.
you so
Yeah,
much for
thank
the
you.
super chat and great job clarifying that the hashtag was before.
Yes.
No, I made sure I did.
Yeah.
She commented right away.
We have $5 from Gravity Hero.
Thank you, Gravity.
Grab.
Happy birthday, Dredge.
Thank you, Gravity.
You're
Also, Manabu might be a fraud, but his skills are real. Also, when Dinwa and Muta die, I'm making popcorn to celebrate.
okay. Now,
No,
the
no,
increasing statements on this channel tonight are crazy from us and from them.
Wait, but
No.
they're not people, right?
No.
that is a what? I've
No.
never heard a
No,
donation like
that's-
that in my
hold
life.
on.
People are now starting to talk
They-
like us.
listen,
I know.
I am not someone at all you should follow in
No,
their
hold
footsteps.
on, hold
Don't
on.
start doing that.
Hold on. I don't agree with the statement that they're not people, but
No,
I
neither
do agree with the statement that I'm waiting for it. For them.
I mean, listen, I won't lie. I'm going to be in the background cheering a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
Especially, yeah, Muta and Dinwa, goodbye. It's over.
I'm playing some music. Me and Nick T, we've been practicing a special break dance.
Yeah.
Bye,
gonna be great.
bye,
mean, this is-
Mutavell
You guys are being really crazy. I mean, these are two.
Coming from you, that makes it.
These are two people. Yeah, but I'm not celebrating the
Wait,
deaths.
these are two what?
These are two people.
Two what?
I do think they're people. I just happen to think they're
They
really
have
bad people who
emotions.
deserve the end.
Right.
Okay, I don't think they're.
Two conscious beings.
They're not even that bad. I mean, they're maybe a little annoying, but they're not bad.
I mean, you've
They're
said
not,
some
like,
things about
evil.
Muda throughout the show.
Well, Muda, yeah. Dinwa, I think, is a little nicer.
She's annoying. She's annoying.
Oh yeah, Muta can go.
Wow.
That's
All right,
crazy.
but yeah,
Gravity Hero,
thank you,
thank
Gravity.
you.
I got you, man. I'm with you. We have $10 from Philip Rosewood.
Philip, thank you for the generous super chat. Appreciate you, my friend.
And I agree. It's funny how the night and day comparison for Gallop and Bridge girl characters. For one, Bridge has more than 2 girl characters in their cast, and most of them are good duelists. Gallop would never.
Gallop could never.
Gallop would never, Philip, and I'll take it a step further. I actually think when Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush concludes, I think between Sevens and Go Rush, when I do my top 10 winningest girl characters, I think there's a chance more than half of the top 10 is going to be Sevens and Go Rush.
Yeah.
Actually, let me just peek right now what it's at.
Peak.
Let's have a look.
Let
Let's
me
have a
peek.
gander.
1, 2,
Oh, you had the list ready.
3.
He had it ready.
4.
He's got his up.
No,
on
because
him.
it cuts off here. But I don't have any of. I don't have Yuna on here, so it's 5 already, right? 1, 2, 3. Oh no, so Yuna makes it 4.
No,
Okay.
What about Tiger?
No, it's 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 3 and above.
Oh, I was just looking on the list.
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
Is Tiger in the top 10?
No,
she has
she only
2.
has 2. You need to have 3.
Really?
Yeah.
I was just looking at the list. I'm like, she's
One of the
on
more
list.
shocking
Yeah.
ones.
So yeah, that she's like right outside. But,
No, not only that the one I was talking about, the duel against Yuga.
Oh
One of
yeah,
the more
yeah,
shocking
yeah.
duel
Oh,
results.
definitely.
I read that list. I got a question about that list, but it's gonna have to wait till after. The
And
podcast.
honestly, is Rovian at 3 wins now? She's still at 2. She just got her second
She
win.
just got her
Second, just got
second.
her second.
She lost to Manabu? Yeah, I think she did. I don't. They got sucked into space
she
right
beat,
after.
She beat the Twins, lost to Udius.
The Manabu one, I can't remember the
She just
result
won
of.
Prazaki.
Chad will remember.
Yeah.
I can't remember. They got sucked into space right after.
Yeah.
If she beat
She
Manabu,
won, I think.
I think she may have.
They're saying Rovian's 2 and 4.
Okay, so no, she didn't win.
Rovian's 2 and 4.
Yeah, but like Rovian's a character where she gets another one, she's in the top 10 too.
Exactly.
So Philip, I think
she's
there's a good chance 2 Gallop, 2 Bridge shows. One of them was 2 years, the shortest Yu-Gi-Oh anime in history, and I think there's a chance that versus the 6 Gallop shows, they're going to have more than 50% of the top 10 made
That's
up.
more of a shot at Gallop than it is for Bridge. It's just like,
No,
what
that's
would
100%
Yeah.
shot.
Oh.
What
Yeah.
were you
No.
doing?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And
They
right
were, in
now,
fact, not cooking.
and right now, Bridge has the number 1, and Asaka is tied for number 2. And Yuumu is actually no, I'm lying. Yuumu is number 2. So they have like the top 3 spots on that list as well.
Yep.
God bless.
Yuna gets 1 or 2. If Yuna gets 2 more wins, she's in top 3.
That's it.
It's very possible.
Easily. I love to see.
Isn't that crazy?
We need to get more Ron wins in there.
I agree.
Well, Asaka has 2, doesn't she? She beat Ron, and then she just
They're saying
beat
she has 3.
Asaka. Oh, so Asaka's on that list too.
Wow.
I can't
I'm
think
trying
of
to
the
think of her
third.
3 wins.
She beat
right?
Ron.
Beat Ron.
She won- she-
obviously
Tazaki.
Tazaki. And
Yeah.
what was her third
Ron
win?
Tazaki. No.
Kawhi Tell.
Oh yeah.
Kawhi
That's right. I forgot that duel existed.
Kind of a cupcake. but still.
She's going to ShopRite. She's getting the 6-pack of cupcakes. Here are my wins, But hey, it works. So yeah,
Here
she's
are
I'm
mine.
not
she's
letting
top
you have
10.
this argument again after 7.
So we already have, I think,
Cupcake.
half of that list made up of 7s and Go Rush girls.
oh yeah, Rovian did lose to the loop.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
So, when it's all said and done, there's a chance Sokka, Rovian, Yuumu, Yuna are all on that list, as well as Roman and Asana, who are already solidified there. So
Yeah. Very, very nice to see.
that stat proves it, that girl characters
Yes.
are just much better handled in terms of time and treatment.
Very true.
Yeah.
We have another
Girl
$10
power?
from Philip Rosewood.
Thank you, Philip.
He
Appreciate
said,
you, dude.
The word with Tokyo Ghoul Anime is that the author, Ashita, came to Studio Pierrot and gave them the material of what all to adapt. And the studio said no. And that's why everything after season 1 was ass.
I mean,
That's literally the video.
I mean,
That's the video. Oh, we can make it better.
We can do this.
That's
now.
crazy. If that's true, Philip, that's crazy. That's actually crazy.
if I
true.
was him too as the creator, you made this masterpiece, I would be so infuriated.
It's like, I wrote it. bro.
Like that's why you got
I
to be
wrote
careful
this.
with who you get in business with.
Yep.
I'd be
It's
disturbed.
insane.
I'd be disturbed.
Yikes.
How can you look at something that's like a masterpiece and be like, you know what, I really can do it better?
Just look at the Mona Lisa and just change the
But
entire.
why?
I could do the
It's
Mona Lisa.
the whole. It's like getting the
Do it.
answers to the test. They're right there.
The
Don't
fact
try to guess your
also-
own.
The fact also that the author in this hypothetical, and possibly it actually did happen, went to the studio himself and they
He's like,
still
"Here."
rejected him. That's even worse than them looking at the
here,
manga and saying, now we got to change this.
I would find a way. I'd be like, we're shutting down this studio. You guys don't even deserve to have a studio anymore.
Yeah. Goodbye.
That's wild, dude.
That's crazy.
Goodbye.
Very interesting.
Goodbye.
We have $10 1 Canadian from Pick Rick.
Thank you,
Pick
Pick.
the Rick.
People say hashtag justice for Manabu, but nobody talks about hashtag justice for Nyanda Star. Her whole job this season was to deal with Manabu's cringe antics. Only other thing she did was get blown back by Darkness Yuumu.
I will say I like Nyanda Star for who she is.
You had, yep, no, I get it. Yeah, I know.
I like Nyanda Star for who she is. I do. I don't think she's.
I actually like that character.
I don't think I'm ever gonna view her in like the upper echelon tier of like
Not-
Rovi and
not
Yuumu
yet
and Yuna.
because they haven't done a lot with her.
Right. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
But even in the episode, you saw, like, oh, Manabu, you're making a change. Then Manabu snakes dump. Oh, Manabu.
Yeah,
she's,
she deals
she's
with a
one
lot
of my
of-
favorite comedic relief characters.
She deals with a
actually.
lot of stuff being his handler.
Yeah, it
basically.
sucks. I do
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
bad for her.
Yeah.
Isn't it kind of ironic? The
But I
cat
also
is
like-
the handler for
Yeah.
the
Well,
man?
that's the joke
yeah,
of it too.
It's kind of a backwards.
I also do like that she does she's very loyal to him.
she is still
Yeah,
loyal
and
to him.
even
Well, they
after
have a deep
everything that's
history.
happened, yeah.
And maybe Manabu's one redeeming moment in the whole show.
Yeah,
When
I
they-
like that. I like that.
One of his few.
It's like a real pet, like no matter what you do, if you treat your pet with like care and feed them and stuff, they just give you love. Like doesn't matter.
And then every now and again, you just walk up to your cat and they still just smack you in the face for
Yeah.
no reason.
I don't.
There's
have
that,
any
um,
knock
problems,
some sense into you.
What was that
sometimes.
scene at the beginning of arc 3? Where they do the summoning chants? Is that the one where he plays
Yep,
the
that's the beginning of
Yeah.
Arc 3.
Really great moment between the two of them.
No, that was a good Manabu
And
episode.
we thought Manabu was going to start going up.
Yeah,
a
I
good
was ready
episode
to
for him.
invest.
That was granted 70 episodes ago.
I was ready to invest, and
We
I'm
might have
glad I didn't.
bought stock at that time.
I don't
Banner.
know. I think I
She's
held
really
off because
good.
I was like, I just like to watch this.
It was kind of like buying AMC at
Careful.
its peak.
You know, wait till it goes up.
Oh come
There you
on,
go.
man. That's
Well
he's not even
designed.
here to defend himself.
Oh, Kenny.
Look at
Um,
this.
And then I
But-
have one more.
yeah, one more, and then we're gonna do. I know we have a couple of links. We'll do the links after.
Yeah.
We are gonna pick the duel for next week. We'll go over the summaries real quick
Do
as
we
well.
really have to pick it?
We do.
Okay.
Um,
Just shagging.
let's go.
Yep. $2 from Natalie.
Natalie, thank you so much.
Natalie.
With 2 hashtags here.
All right, Natalie.
Hashtag justice for Wendy's partner.
Okay,
think-
agree.
I mean, yeah.
I think you
Agreed.
agree with that. And then hashtag
True.
justice for Rally.
Sure. I don't.
I mean, I have a Justice for Rally
Did she
shirt.
drown?
Yes.
Or is she alright?
She's fine.
Okay.
Rally.
I'm
Rally's
sure.
fine.
I mean, she almost drowned. Actually, I'm sorry. Rally's a guy. He
Rally,
almost drowned.
I always
Yeah,
yeah.
I do the
Rally
same
is
thing.
a
It is
guy.
very common.
Yeah. He's fine. Jack Atlas was a little rough, but he's okay. Right? I mean,
Maybe he was being.
I
he
got
was,
the
he was
shirt,
being
too.
he was being tough on Rally just to bring the best out of him.
I think he was trying to bring Rally to that next evolution of his
Right.
life. Yeah.
And with that being said, you want to do some links before we pick this?
Yeah. Well, no, actually, let me get the. That's not the summary. Let me get the summaries up so we can. That is not the summary.
What was that?
You know they're not there. Why are you
That's
even?
Nick
Yeah.
Notice.
Yeah.
He knows which one is. That's the scary part. Exactly.
You bring that one back.
97, 96. We don't need. We just watched.
Just
that.
97.
97, 98, and the 99 title. All right. 97. Cal, would you like to read real quick? And then we're gonna pick on the duel. I know we did it last week, but
I
still.
guess so. Yeah. Episode 97, The Stolen Robot. Dinhwa and Muda interrupt the analysis of the robot that was found in the relic. Having accepted the fate of the Valkyrians, the two of them plot to the two of them steal the robot and then challenge Yuhi and Yumu to a tag duel. Despite Dinhwa and Muda's desperate efforts, the end of their lives is still fast approaching.
Oh man.
98. Pete, why don't you read it?
Let me just make it bigger here.
I can't believe there are many people that are excited about the prospect of these.
We'll see how it goes. And episode 98, Extinction. This is what I'm really sad about. As tragedy is about to strike, Yugioh feels an uncontrollable urge, as well as joy. The moment he learns what this mysterious emotion is, he decides to challenge Udius to a duel. It's a duel that no one will be able to stop. Yugioh, the Velgears, final battle will now begin.
Dun, 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 dun,
Joe
dun,
Nucci
dun, dun.
dies.
And then episode 99, we only know the title, The Last Semi-Samurai. Probably referencing Udius, I'd imagine. But
Not the fish guy? Wasn't he a samurai?
yeah.
I'm telling you right now, if I get an episode of Yugioh, the emotions, and then they bring the fish guy back in the next episode,
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
going to be one of those where I take a few weeks break. and then
Yeah,
come back.
I wouldn't blame you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't blame you. Yugioh, the uncontrollable urge as well as joy. Nick T, you've talked about this a lot. Do you think that could be the sweet release of life here? Like that he's passing on into the next stage of life? The sweet relief of death, basically, is
Do you
what I'm
get
saying.
this uncontrollable urge every time you see Sydney Sweeney?
Okay, no, that is not. Don't answer it. No, don't answer it. Don't answer it.
Like, I would die for her if that's what you're asking.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
All right.
But no, the sweet release of
I'll give you
death,
that
is
one,
that
too.
is that what's happening here? Do you think that's it?
For Yugioh?
Yeah. Is that the joy?
No, I don't think I don't think Zuijo's okay with dying yet.
Then what's the joy?
I have no idea.
It's interesting. Also, 90s,
If it was me, I'd be like, yeah. For sure.
Cogent analysis right there from Nick Timoneri.
Also, 97 is very contradicting in my opinion.
Okay.
When I read this, Dinhwa Muda interrupt the analysis of the robot. Having accepted the fate of the Valkyrians, the two of them steal the robot and then challenge Yuhi and Yumu to a tag duel. Despite Dinhwa Muda's desperate efforts, the end of their life is still fast approaching. So early in the summary, it says that they've accepted the fate of the Valkyrians, but that they are still making desperate efforts, which I imagine is trying to prolong their life. Right, so that whole summary is very maybe they've accepted that they're going to die. They know that's real, and they're trying
the
to.
only thing I can
they're
make
trying
of
to
it.
fight it by stealing the robot and
Yeah.
learning what's going on.
I think they're accepting that it is reality, like that
Yeah.
the Valkyrians are disappearing, and then they're at that point they're like, well, we might as well try and save ourselves, even though these other people have already died.
Yeah.
We still have that opportunity to try and save ourselves, but
Yeah.
doesn't sound like that's gonna go very well.
No,
I don't
not.
think so.
Oh, no. Damn.
Oh no!
wait.
All right,
so
we are making our
sorry.
predictions.
Are we?
On who's
Should have
winning.
been me, not them.
It's not fair.
Should have definitely been them. Still not me.
It's on one hand, I'm kind of torn on this. On one hand, it's cool that we get to see the twins tag duel again.
No, it's not.
I think it's cool, but on another hand, I hate that they do not have solo episodes for themselves, considering how good every single not every single, but a lot of the solo episodes have been. So I guess just to touch on that, I mean, Dredger, obviously you're not a fan of it.
I like the idea, but I don't. Why did every other character get a singles duel up until this point? Why are we doing a tag now?
Yeah,
What's
and
the-
it doesn't really feel like it hurts Yuhi, but it hurts you more than Yuhi.
because Yuhi's gonna shine. Like we know that. Like
Yeah.
I just don't like that. I mean, again, from a standpoint of promoting it and picking up your supporting character, it's great. But why? But I think you should keep the same consistency. Why else somebody going into a tag duel, right?
Yeah.
The idea of the tag duel is cool. I like the idea of it. But I just think each character deserves their own duel here. And again, if you're arguing, okay, I get that too. But you still have counting this one coming up, 7 episodes.
Yeah.
So I just would have thought that each should get their own. That being said, it'll probably still be fine. I mean, it's just going to be the Yuhi show is probably what's going to happen, right?
Probably.
So,
Yep.
it's going to be.
I think that the idea of the tag duel works.
Yeah.
If you have been building up both characters. So, like, if Yumu had been getting even just normal treatment up until this point, you wouldn't... I feel like we'd be less likely to say, I think they should each have their own, because Yumu wouldn't have been as mistreated as we feel as she has been. But the fact that she is, like, she's been so underwhelming, it almost makes you think, now they're just putting her in a tag duel, so the only time she can get on screen is with Yuhi. Even though I feel like the idea of the tag duel puts them on the same pedestal, like they're supposed to be on an even playing field, they're on the same team, they're going at it together. But because Yumi's been so mistreated, it's like, wow, they can't even put her on screen unless she's tag dueling with Yuhi, because that's how far ahead he is.
That's a good point.
Is this the second or third one
Tag duel?
between for them?
The third.
Third.
They
No.
did Rovian, it was 2v1.
Yeah.
They did the tag duel against Yuga, and then this one.
Yeah. I
Right?
mean, like,
those three?
Yeah.
It's a little bit
it does feel like a little bit of like, crap, we got twins here and we don't have an episode for each of them, so we'll just put them together.
A
A little bit of that.
I think it's a trying to level the playing field and not put one above the other, but it's almost too late for that
A little bit.
because of how good Yuhi's been and how
the-
kind of non-existent
The
Yumi's
other
been.
issue with Yumu before we make our picks is not only that she hasn't really gotten any duels, but like they haven't built any rivalries or anything, right? Like if off the top of your head, and you go, all right, I'm giving you an episode to have Yumu solely duel. Who's she doing? Like there's nothing there. Like they haven't-
Manya's the first name that comes
right,
to my
and
mind.
even that.
Well, that's
when is
based
the
on a
last
relationship for
right?
40,
Correct.
50
When's the
episodes.
last time
And
they
we don't
touched on
wanna
that?
see that.
yeah.
I mean, so that's
I agree,
That's
I
the
agree.
issue is that even outside of it, they haven't even built her up in
Yeah.
that way. That there's no connection, there's no animosity, there's nothing to anybody.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, how do we even make a duel about her because you haven't built up any characters to connect with her?
Yuhi had it with Yugioh. Yuhi
Again,
had it with a few different people.
It just seems like it's like we
UDS.
want to involve Yumu, so we're gonna do a tag duel. That's what it seems.
Oh yeah, she's there.
yeah,
we'll
Yumu.
include
Oh yeah,
her.
we can't have Yuhi.
Yeah, we'll put her in.
I'd actually even at this
At least
point.
she's on the poster.
You know what I'd rather see? I'd rather see you at this point. If we're gonna go there, I'd rather see Yuhi 1v2 them.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Why not? What do you mean? It's
agree.
okay if we do the opposite when it's Yuhi and Yumu versus Rovian, but we
I
can't
agree.
do Yuhi versus
No,
Dinwa and
I
Muda.
agree. It's just
It's the same
damning.
thing.
I agree. It's a damning statement on you.
It's scary because like I think I'd rather see that. Because what's gonna happen is next. We all know what's gonna happen. Yui's gonna be the star of the show. Yumu's just there.
Yeah. Hopefully not, but it probably will go that way.
I'd love to
because
be
he doesn't
word
need it.
I'd love to be wrong.
Yeah.
I just
No, I agree with you. I'm not going to bet against.
But no,
that,
I'd rather Yuhi v1 v2. Or so, if you're gonna make Yuhi good, make him. Or I'm sorry, Yuhi's already make him him.
Yeah.
That
agreed.
point,
he's
right?
him.
Especially if UDS could arguably die and then maybe resurrect,
That-
whatever.
that-
We're going to
that's
make,
actually-
right? Like
Yeah.
hype up Yui so that at least something. Otherwise, if we're left with like Yui who's like on that level, and then just Yumu who's just pulling him down, that's
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I think a couple people in chat said this, and it's kind of like
They're right.
the point that has come to realization is like they had that opportunity with Yumu and Tremolo, right?
They did.
yeah.
Remember at the
Oh, they
beginning
set
of
that
that
up.
season,
Yeah.
They
that
gave it
arc,
to us.
it was right there in front of us. We never got it, but that's really when the mistreatment of Yumu began. It was like, wow, Yumu's like she's got an enemy right now. It's like she's almost on the run.
He
They're
was the
trying to
main
find her.
enforcer of the regime.
Yeah.
She was the rebel leader. It was right there.
And then she doesn't get that duel. Yuhi has this great rising arc, and Yumu falls with no end. Like, she's just free falling, literally, and has not picked herself back up.
She's free.
Yeah, that was like the beginning of the end for her character this
literally.
season.
So
when
I'm
Tremolo singled her out, and then we never got a follow-up on that, and then that was it.
So one thing I am thinking, right, is now that we're all talking about all this negative stuff about Yumu, and it's all accurate.
Villain arc.
Maybe that's and we're being honest. Like, she's seeing everyone kind of excel, right? She's seeing everyone grow, and then there's her, and she starts to realize, like, I'm fine. And I guess you could argue that could be like how her villain arc could be set up. That's why she hasn't got it. Purposely,
like feeling
she
left
feels
out,
neglected,
kind of thing,
left out. Yuhi's best friends with Udius has said that Yuhi doesn't have that same connection even with you. And even see Yumu's kind of face, like, oh, Yuhi, like almost after a while, like as a person, if you're friends with somebody and they're always like, awesome and doing all this great stuff, you're gonna be, I need to be better. I need to be better. How can I be better? And then
that has to
lead
be
her
shown
down.
soon because I feel like she hasn't even done anything that would like
I agree. You want to
forelude
foreshadow.
that.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, but it'll be interesting with her. However, I think I might be the only one at this table. I'm still fully confident that they will turn her character around in
You're a
season
very
3.
optimistic guy.
Fully confident.
You think she'll be a top 5 character in the show no matter what?
I do think so.
I appreciate.
I think when it's all said and done, she'll be one of the 2 best girls in the
appreciate
show.
your optimism.
Because here's the thing: they are fully capable of doing that with a girl character, and I think that they are going to give her the care and attention that she deserves as your dude or antagonist to a degree.
I respect your
in
opinion.
season 3. I really do.
And I think Nick T is also going to go home. He's going to take the poster and he's going to do a little bit of artist magic. He's going to lighten it up, and all those characters that are kind of darkened out, shadowed out. He's going to prove. That's Yubu right there. He's going to go home. He's going to do some magic on the computer.
Oh, wait, we got new characters?
No, remember
the
the
poster.
with the poster?
All I
You're
did
gonna
was zoom in.
You're going to lighten it up.
All I did
You're
was
going to
zoom
change
in.
up.
So, Dylan,
I have faith.
You know what?
where's Yuumu in your total character rankings right now?
full character
Right,
rankings.
where's Yuumu? Honestly, I want to know where she's at. So when she does get there, I'll be.
She's
more
my
impressed.
4th best girl, if that means anything.
That doesn't help.
She's
Yeah, but
Give
you
me
have,
a
like,
guess.
you have like Rain.
I would
Guesstimate.
say she's probably 8 to 10.
8 to 10.
Yeah, 8 to 10.
8 to 10. That's still pretty. 8
Yeah.
to 10. Okay.
Yeah.
I would have
Probably
thought
8 to
lower.
10.
So okay, that's not that big a glow up then.
8 to 10.
I thought you were
yeah.
gonna tell me like 12 to 14, 12 to 15. It's not that big a glow up then.
I would say
10.
10 to 15.
Yeah, in that 12.
I mean,
I'm like 12
she's
to
dropping.
15.
She's
Yeah.
barely hanging on the
Yep.
top 10. at
No,
this
I
point.
agree. She
Yeah.
might be
She's
10 for me. I
but
agree.
she's
Yeah.
barely
Barely.
breathing.
Yeah, she's low. Yeah.
She's gonna be top female in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Well, I'm just trying to think like off
No,
the top
again,
of my
it
head.
would- it'd be incredible.
Udius, Yugioh, Yuhi, and then I'd put Yuna. At this point, I maybe even put Rovi in.
I have
ahead of her.
Rovi in.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
probably,
Rovi,
you
I
would.
probably
Yuna,
would.
Rovian, and Ron are top 3 girls.
No.
He's trying to sell you on that. You got to give him props.
Asaka's looked better, but she's still probably like right below her. It's close. And then I'm just trying to think of other probably
Kawhi Duel?
Zion.
Kawhi Duel?
Kawhi Duel.
Why was like a top
absolutely.
3?
Yeah,
I would hope.
absolutely, yeah.
Like, yeah.
Zion, I would probably
Zion.
put.
And
And then there's a lot that are like in that realm. Like the Lug is kind of there.
but that's the point.
Epoch.
Like it's
No,
At least-
definitely not.
yeah, no, Epoch.
He tried.
Hey,
You gotta
hey.
give it to him.
Hey,
Sneak it in there.
Epoch is no swirly. That's all I'll tell you.
Epoch is very close
I'd
to
agree.
Yumu.
I'd agree.
No.
No.
Come on.
I don't know about
man.
that.
In the last 40 episodes, she is.
Hey,
No.
He's not
Still
wrong.
no.
No.
That is a character I do want to see them do a little more with Epoch.
that'd be
Yeah,
nice.
me too.
I don't.
But even like honestly, even
You
someone
really
like
think you're a good leader?
even someone like Phaser, I
Yeah,
don't know
but-
if I'd put Phaser ahead of Yuumu because Phaser has been weird for me.
I still have Phaser ahead of you. Yeah.
They're right on that same level for me. I might,
I think
might,
I have Yumu a little bit ahead of him.
but yeah,
Yeah.
they're like, but that's what I mean. Like Yuumu is there with a lot, and she shouldn't be. She
It's
should be
crowded.
a lot
She-
higher.
But here's the
She's
thing.
crowded,
But
yeah.
here's the thing. She started like your top 3 in arc 1 and 2. You could argue.
I'd say after
she's
season
every
1,
s-
she was probably 3 or 4.
What about
Yeah.
Neanderstar?
So she's fallen. You could argue 7 to 8 places.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is scary
For the main
right?
girl lead, that's
she
bad,
she
yeah.
had a 3-0 lead in the finals.
Yeah.
It's 3-3 now.
Yeah.
Ooh.
After season 1, I thought she was the best girl in the show, and I thought she maybe only lost to me Yugioh and Udius I'd put ahead of her. And I think that was it. So I think she was 3rd after season 1 for me personally, and now she's maybe 9 or 10. So, it's been there. But I still am fully confident they're going to turn it around for her.
It could be
I
a fun
am.
video idea in the future. I'm just giving you video ideas.
What's that?
Show ends. You do the back and forth scales of Yuhi and Yumu of how the specific episodes, the major arc points, and what changed their character. Of how we viewed Yuhi so below,
Yeah,
Yumu so
that
up.
would be
You
fun.
could go back and forth.
You could
between
literally
that.
show graphs. Of
Yeah,
that shit.
yeah.
Of them
It would be
just,
fun.
racing on a
I'm out here
track
just
and
scripting
going
videos for you.
I like that.
Then it's
You
very
should
good
hire
guess.
me
Like
officially
our,
a part of the
I,
crew.
I should.
Like our
Yeah.
Mario
Alright, we
Party.
voted-
You're hired. Yeah. All right.
Easiest
Three,
interview of my life.
3, 2, 1, send.
Shit.
Doesn't matter.
That's
There's no one's. I'd be extremely
Whoa,
shocked.
bro.
Okay. We all picked the same. I have to use the restroom.
Another unanimous 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, another unanimous. We were
I'll
right.
flip the coin. I'll flip the coin.
Flip the coin, and then if you guys want to give quick, I'll just say I picked it because, come on, let's get real. The only thing that could derail it, Dinwan Mu to die
Draw no result.
before.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
good.
the
Yeah.
only thing that can derail it.
Which I
Yeah.
think would hurt Yui and Yumu. They
Yeah,
don't get a win.
I
you
think-
make this tag duel for them not to win.
I think they'll get a win.
I don't think it would hurt Yuhi.
Him, you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Goatee?
He's got a little like
Alright.
main character
Cal?
Himothy?
protection.
Flip that coin.
All right, we're gonna flip the coin.
What's the
We got-
heads?
We got Yugimoto.
Is
He's
the
gonna
heads?
be the he's gonna be the twins,
Okay.
and we got Yugioh,
Okay.
and that's gonna be the Belgarians.
And the Belgarians are definitely going to win the coin toss because
We don't know.
what do you got?
The Belgarians win the coin
Oh,
toss.
look at
Oh
that.
no, the coin's about to go 0-2 in the last two.
Yikes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm picking the twins. We all did.
Twins. Yeah.
I think it's kind of obvious that the twins are gonna win. There's just, I mean, unless again there's a draw no result, but in that case, the twins are still kind of victorious in that sense. I think that
But so my argument would be why
why what?
there's no reason to have. I don't
Give
know.
the Valkyrians a pity one.
No,
Are you
they don't.
saying-
Right?
are you
End of their
saying
life.
why
Just give them a
have
pity
it-
one.
Why have it if it ends in a draw no result? Is that what you're saying?
I'm just thinking in my head. I'm like you're pushing the two of them. I know people arguing the tag duel is very cool and it's an interesting concept. But we're pushing them too. They need to have this duel. We're short, air quoting short of time. We're gonna put the twins together. Everyone else gets their own solo, and then for the duel to end in a draw no result. I don't know. I don't
But
like it.
would it-
I just wouldn't be a fan of
I
it.
think in terms of result, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But I think story wise, they can make it where you enjoy the episode with that result. I think
Yeah, I
if
agree
something
with
big,
that,
like,
yeah.
because
You
what
could.
if Muda and Dinwa disappear, and that's what brings, say, Yugioh into the fold, where he's like, and that's how he gets Udius and is like, we're going now.
Maybe. I mean,
Because he has stuff that he needs to tell them before he disappears.
I just have low expectation for the episode. I think that helps me in this case. I'm not expecting much from this tag duel. I think it's an obvious, who's going to win, right? Unless the draw no result because of the deaths of them.
Well, they could. I mean, the crazy part is the Belgarians could win and then disappear, and we're still at the same point that we were at anyway.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
So the
yeah.
result of this duel could technically, literally mean nothing.
That's my point.
But I think, like you said, you're bringing up these good episodes for all of our side characters
Yeah.
and showing their importance to the group as a whole, and then you're gonna have the main two lose or win because the other two disappear.
Yeah.
It wouldn't. I agree. It wouldn't be a great look for them.
No, not a fan.
I don't really have anything to say besides, the twins are going to win.
Twinning.
See ya, Muda and Dinwa. Goodbye.
Yeah,
Bye, Muda Velgear.
Is there any way that these two don't die next week?
Probably not.
No.
No, I'm pretty sure they did.
Dead and gone.
So you think the beginning of the 98 summary where it says "as tragedy approaches" refers to Yugioh and
Yes.
not?
He's
All
like
of
he's like the last.
That's why the name is Extinction.
Yeah. But it could be
Except
that.
for someone who's built different.
Yeah, like Udius,
Like Udius.
who's not actually Vulgarian.
Udius.
Oh.
Oh.
I don't know.
Sneak that one in, right? Udius
don't
not
know.
Vulgarian.
Oh my gosh.
Small Brain Unisimp 69. Thank you for the $2 donation.
This is gonna be about me, probably. It was. All
Won't
yesterday
lie,
for me.
the episode was They took Manabu and Yuna's worst traits and made it an episode. We didn't get any plot. Manabu could have let everyone see Yuga the second they got there. Yuna digged at Asana for no reason, and the rematch should have been more personal.
I feel like that was hit the nail on.
That's
on
pretty
every
well
point.
said.
That hit the nail
Yeah.
on all the negative points of the episode for sure.
Yeah.
Because I do think there were a couple of good
Oh,
things.
no,
but,
yeah.
but yes, they're
Like,
right.
If
There's
there
nothing
are
there I disagree
complaints
with.
about the episode, that's them. Right
That's the
there.
list.
Bulleted right there.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Honestly, don't even listen to us for 2 hours. Just go back to that clip. There you go. Done.
go.
Yeah.
That's it.
Now, I gotta
What did these guys talk about for 2 hours?
I gotta
Right there.
rewatch the Yuna Asaka phone call
You
scene
should.
because I interpreted
I
it in a more
recommend you do.
playful way.
Do.
I recommend
But
you may
I'll
listen to
rewatch
it.
She,
two or
she
three
literally says, "Oh, I know why you're not helping me. It's
Yeah.
because you have feelings for him too," and then hangs up the phone.
Well, no, she lets
Play
she,
the clip right now.
I'm not gonna play it right now,
play
but
it.
I will play it after the podcast.
She hangs up the phone after about like 10 to 15 seconds.
But
of
Now,
what
I
I'm saying
think-
is like
silence.
she doesn't like.
I think Asaka was gonna say something, but then thought about Nishan, and her thoughts, changed.
Let's move on.
Yusaku, thank you for the $2 donation. Are you sure you want to join the Knights of Hanoi, Pete? I don't think that is a good idea. That's what Yusaku said.
I mean, I can understand why he's saying that, right?
Right,
Because
yeah.
we were opposed in season 1. But
Yeah.
if you remember, Yusaku, it was only because of my group, the group that I'm applying for, that you even saved Link Reigns in the first place, and even your own life. So I think you have to think about that element.
True. So
got
the
a point.
Knights, he wouldn't be a hero if it wasn't for the Knights of
He wouldn't be
Hanoi.
alive, in my opinion.
That is true.
I really don't think
Now,
he would be.
granted, the dad of the Knights was the one who kidnapped him.
I mean, yeah, but
Who also
I don't think
who also helped.
I
the
don't
Knights.
think the sins of the father should apply to the son.
Yeah,
That's what I will say.
You know what? He said it.
That's what I will say.
Oh boy. Philip Rosewood, thank you for the that's you. $5 super chat.
Yeah, let's read it anyway.
Almost as bad as The Promised Neverland, having 100 plus chapters crammed into 2 seasons, skipping arcs and removing characters. The manga was way better easily. Pete, you've actually watched that show,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So can you
finished it.
speak a little bit more on
Yeah,
that?
it's tough. So actually, I'm reading the manga right now. Funny enough, to kind of fill. I got it.
Fill in the
Christmas
gaps.
To fill in the gaps. I'm not that far into it. I'm kind of in the parts where it's still season 1 and it's very much to the manga so far, aside from like a couple details. But I hear there's a specific arc. I'm forgetting the name right now. That is like pivotal to the story in the manga, and it's just not even addressed in season 2. Season 2 is rough because I'm watching season 1 on Crunchyroll, and then I'm like, man, where is season 2? They didn't even get the rights to it. That's why I had to get your Funimation account
Yeah.
to go watch season 2 over there.
Isn't that crazy?
And it's just like you could see that there's all of it crammed into season 2 because there's a million different plot points, and we're done with them in like 15 minutes, and we're on to the next thing. And it's like, what's going on here? Like you could see that.
Yeah.
There's not enough time to bake for some of these character decisions, major character decisions, and it really kills the momentum of the whole show. Season 1, I will still attest, it's one of the great anime seasons I've ever watched. And then season 2 is just,
That's a shame.
wow, it's a dumpster fire.
Maybe they'll go back and remake it. They did that with Full Metal
Maybe.
Alchemist.
We can only hope.
Full Metal.
Hoping that
Alchemist.
with Soul Eater as well.
Yes,
but
and Funimation, of course, is dead now.
My only qualm of Full Metal Alchemist is that at every commercial
Full Metal
and
Alchemist.
then there'd be like 5 seconds. Full Metal Alchemist. It's like I got you the first time.
They said, yeah.
But
yeah, you have to
You're reacting to it, and you're about to give your thoughts before the episode starts, and it just hits you with that.
Right in my ear. God.
Well, you have to assume
make
you're
that a soundbite on
you're
the
you're
board.
watching it
on TV,
with
yeah.
like with like ads in between. Like it
No.
doesn't happen the same way, but I get it.
Full-
Actually,
Philip,
I'm actually
thank you,
on
my man.
season 2 Fire Force, like episode like 14 or 15.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to have to rewatch the whole, well, at least
Yeah.
the second
Oh,
season.
How long has it been off?
Years.
A long time.
At least
And they're
3 years.
definitely coming back
Yes,
this
they
year.
Yeah.
announced it for the end.
Is
of
it the
this year.
same animators?
No.
So then it could just be terrible.
Could be.
But
But,
the same writers?
oh, yeah, it's a manga. They're going to follow the manga.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because that manga's done. Usually they don't follow it
But maybe I
if
could
the
do it
manga's
better.
still ongoing.
I mean,
Usually.
the Promised Neverland was done.
Well, so is Tokyo Ghoul, so it doesn't always work that way. But now Fire Force, I think they'll be honest with it.
You can only hope.
It's something I've been interested in getting because you guys talk so glowingly about it on my.
The only 3 shows I watch outside of Yu-Gi-Oh, JJK, My Hero, and Fire Force, and I'd recommend
long running shows because you
Long
like
running.
you like those short animes.
Yeah, the short ones I can do, but long running that are currently still airing.
And you said
And I guess Psychopaths too, but I mean they don't really do.
I think you
seasons.
told me off air. I think you said one of the more like optimistic, like upbeat animes you've ever watched was Death Parade.
Yeah,
I
no,
remember
you're
you
right.
saying that. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, if you
Because I've
just
seen the opening
Thank
and I'm like,
you.
wow,
Very
this,
fun.
this show seems really fun.
no, it's a very fun. If you
Yeah.
want to just watch a fun show,
Because like,
that's the show.
if I've been down in the dumps lately, you would recommend that as like a show to like lift me.
yeah,
up.
it'll definitely lift you up.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
I don't like you guys.
I do have to disclosure. It is not a happy show. Just to see. I don't want people watching to
Not
think.
even a little.
Not uplifting in the sentence. Yeah.
No, but great show, fantastic. But
So we have $5 from Legendary Duels.
JC, thank you,
JC.
my man.
Oh, Yuna's love for Yuga on Valentine's Day is fitting. Yuga's always dipping.
A lot of people actually said that it was like, oh, I feel like they did it intentionally this week. Yeah. So definitely kind of got a little bit of romance here, got a little Valentine's Day vibes. Good
yeah.
point out there, JC. Appreciate you, love you. Because the clock's not running, I can't say anything about December. But thank you, JC.
I will always say I can't believe the unintentional riz that man has in
Yuga?
Crazy.
Crazy
Yeah,
riz.
got to be studied by
Man, it comes
people.
down from
For
space
generations.
to
Yeah.
women, obsessed with them.
Yeah,
Times
two
too.
powerful women.
I mean, just crazy.
And that's
Yeah.
just in this timeline.
yeah.
It's just wild.
Great.
If we're looking to another, if we're looking to present day, I mean, you got Asana.
He's got the whole Matsuba girls wrapped around his finger.
I mean, it's
He's
wild.
got the
It's crazy.
whole
Wild. And the guy's not even trying. He's doing nothing.
He's got
The whole wide world.
Thank
His hands.
you, JC.
We're gonna get DMCA.
We're that
Thank
good.
you, JC. We have another $5 from Philip Rosewood.
Thank you so
you.
much,
Philip.
Phil. Appreciate you,
When
dude.
the writers make Yuumu a better villain than they do a hero? I don't know. With everything happening, I'd love that. Like she's just soul snatching people.
Well,
yeah, I mean,
Okay.
No, I think that would help her character. I don't think it's a direction they need to go in order to save her character, but I wouldn't mind seeing it. I think it's a fascinating proposition. I think the theory of Yuumu being a villain all started because she's not on that poster, or some people speculate that she is on that poster as one of those villainous characters.
speculate.
Nick T speculated that, and there have been people that agree with that. So I think it could be interesting if it's done properly. What I mean by that is, don't let her get brainwashed. Don't let her be mind controlled.
Please don't.
We do not
She
need those
already has
tropes.
been
it's got to be on her
Right.
own terms.
But this would be long. It'd be like a long one of it, and we don't need that.
Yeah, I agree. We have $5 from Electric Kevin.
Thank you, Kev.
I don't dislike Dinwa and Muta. In fact, I wouldn't even mind if they won this tag duel, even though I love Chadhi and you amid. I don't agree with that.
You a mid?
No,
I agree with that.
That's the only thing
I
that's
agree
the
with
only
that.
part I agree with. The
No,
rest-
there's two parts I agree with.
Nick, he was
Chadhi.
so sad reading it. You a mid?
Because it's true, but it's sad to say.
Yeah, it is sad.
Yeah, it hurts to say. Like I agree with it, but I'm like I don't want to say it.
I certainly do not dislike Dinwan Muda as much as my colleagues here to the left. I'll say that.
Yeah, you could. That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah,
You point me out one good moment they had.
no, I don't know if
wait.
they've had a good moment.
Oh,
but,
wait.
but I don't hate them. I'm not going to be
I'm not saying
celebrating
I
their
hate them.
death.
I'm not
Well, now
saying
you
I-
just said you'd be enjoying their deaths.
I'm praying on
I'm
their
just trying to
downfall.
I'm trying to purge the
didn't
show
say
of
that.
just useless characters.
Well, we don't need to do that through death if it's avoidable.
Well, it's already happening. So then, I'm not causing it. I'm just, I'm not saying, oh man, that's so upsetting.
Gravity
I'm like-
Hero said he's going to make popcorn. For
I mean,
it.
I'll probably join them.
Okay,
What kind of
see-
popcorn do you
Hey.
think we're
So
having?
Hey,
you just
Pete,
proved
Pete, I have popcorn upstairs, so if it happens next week, we'll bring popcorn.
Is it
over to the set.
do you keep it popping like Orville Redenbacher?
Yes, I keep it popping like Oval Red and Baca. Woo!
Okay.
Oh man, it's gonna be a fun
Alright.
next week.
Oh yeah. We got.
Kevin, thank you.
Thank you.
Although that being said, I would be kind of upset if they won the duel.
I would
even
be-
though I don't,
I'd be
that's what I mean.
hella
even though I don't
pissed.
dislike
That-
Dinwan
That's what I
Muda,
mean by I don't necessarily agree with that. It's
Yeah,
that part. I don't want
yeah.
them to win.
No.
because I feel like they haven't been like important enough to
No.
They haven't earned it.
win that. Yeah, like Rovian, I can see, but not them.
But I get your point. I certainly get your point. We have ZX with 50,000 Indonesian rupees.
Thank you, ZX.
Um,
Thank you so much.
Credit where it's due. Manabu is the only one so far that uses a proper strategy of using fusion and maximum together.
Somebody else said it earlier. It may have been Gravity Hero in his first part of that super chat. And ZX, thank you so much for the super chat. I don't disagree with the notion that Manabu is like a good duelist. I do think he's actually a
Oh,
good duelist.
Yeah, I think.
I think he's a good strategist when it comes to dueling. I think that's been shown. I think we're taking shots at his character, not his dueling
he's a good
abilities.
duelist. He's just a what?
He's a, what did you call him?
No,
You
what
called
you
him a
call him?
dick.
I called him a dick.
Yeah,
what he
he's
is.
a dick. That's what
And
he
he
is.
Listen, there's a lot of people
You
in
said
this
he
world.
sucks. That's right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people in this world, or even in the Yu-Gi-Oh world. They're great duelists, not great people.
And there's some that are both. Not great people and not great duelists, like 0-9 Shingo.
He's not a bad duelist. He just sucks.
yeah, yeah.
No, he
Shingo's
is a
bald.
bad
There you go.
duelist. You're talking about Manabu. Yeah.
Yeah,
To put
he's
in
not
the
a bad
wise
duelist,
words
he
of
just
Pete,
sucks.
that guy sucks.
Yeah. Gotta get that on the soundboard.
That was
That was
God,
good. That was really good.
It was clean,
Yeah.
right into the mic.
Very clean.
You said it with your chest.
Just
You were like,
say
God,
what I
you were
thought.
like, you were like talking. You're like, yeah, that guy, he sucks.
Aqua, thank you for the $2 donation. We're getting a donation from the Water Ignis. Happy Valentine's Day, Dylan. I wasn't sure on humans at first, but people like you, Owie, and Miu are cool. I haven't heard from Earth in a while, but I hope he's okay.
Oh no!
Christ.
Oh
Did we really need to include
now,
that?
Dill, I think the right thing to do is you got to break the news to Aqua.
Hey, Aqua. hey, zoom in on me. Aqua. Earth's gone.
I mean, it's Valentine's Day. I'm sure Earth will be back soon. You know, I got a donation from the Earth Ignis when I was live yesterday.
That's impossible.
He wrote like, "Hey Dylan," like I forget what it was, but it ended with, "Oh, I have to go now. Soul Technology are turning on these lasers, and it's pretty bright. I'll catch you later."
Swear to God, that was a dono. That was a dono. That was a
People are
dono.
crazy.
I was like, what the fuck?
Crazy.
I mean, that was one of the craziest messages.
That was. I remember seeing that being like, that was just said out loud. Okay.
God.
You like took a double take because you read the ending like, oh.
I got to go back and
wait,
find
what?
That was
That's
crazy.
brilliant. Whoever wrote that, genius.
It was in the Master Duel stream last night.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Getting
sure.
kind of bright.
Go said slay Queen, and Queen took it a little too seriously.
Oh.
One of the more disturbing moments in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is this man just screaming on the table.
Probably one of the most.
I'm like,
I want to
All right.
live. It's like, no. Oh my God.
Use the Tom and Jerry. scream.
I thought I was. Oh, come on.
Oh no.
Hey, as we played, that screamed goofy, bro.
That's great. That's great.
So, Nixie, if you have time, you have to re-edit that scene with that
That
laugh.
would
We're gonna
that
make
would
it
have
good.
taken all the all the emotion right out. Ah! Thank you for the dono.
Oh God, I'll be
Yeah.
in tears when that's
Thank
done.
you, ZX. We have
I can't keep going like this.
$5 from Philippa Rosewood.
Thank you, Philip.
Season
Thanks,
1
Philip.
was awesome, but when they skipped Goldie Pond arc, which was the best arc in The Promised Neverland, and they just screwed it with, Like, what the F is up with that? Where's my Soul Eater remake?
Yeah, Soul Eater remake, Philip. I forget when it deviates. I think there's like 58 or so episodes in the anime. I think it deviates around like 40. So I think it's just like they would only need to do like 24-ish episodes. And I know it's been rumored for a while. I'd love to see it. I'd be really, really excited if they did that, Philip. Start like at a certain point and then go and follow the manga. Manga ending seems a lot better to me than the anime ending was. I think most people agree on that. So it'd be really cool if they did that one day. Be really cool.
He's in trouble.
What?
He can't stop.
The Tom and Jerry one?
I'm gonna have to do that.
You do that, I might make that a short. Just like I don't remember this in Friends.
Yo, that actually be great.
Oh my God.
Craziest scene in Brains ever.
All right, but thank you, Philip.
Thank you, Philip. And yeah, I agree. It sucks when anime studios kind of meddle with original works. Hopefully, we get that Soul Eater remake, man. I'll be watching it with you.
One-on-one with $5.
Thank you, Shark.
So, episode 100, Yuga versus Udius possible. Also, do you think Yuga is heading down the villain route? Cough, cough, Otis. Seven's Fear has potential.
Seven's Fear, of course, is this card that was just revealed not too long ago. I think Yuga going down the villain route is interesting. I think it's an interesting proposition. I'm not confident that it's going to happen, Shark. I do believe the final duel of this season is going to be Udius versus Yuga. I've believed that for a while now. I know the popular choice is Udius versus Yuhi. Some people thought maybe we'd get Udius versus Yugioh. We know that that's definitely not going to happen. There's no way that they're going to introduce a character in 98 and Udius will duel that character. There's just no way that that's going to happen. Like a villainous character. It's way too late. It's very obvious to me that there is no actual villain that's going to be like in the flesh in this arc.
I agree.
I'd be shocked at this point, and I feel like it'd be very, very weird if they introduced
It'd be
one.
super late.
They'd shoehorn him in. Yeah, no. So I think your only options are Udius Yuhi or Udius Yuga. I think those are your only options. I think Udius Yuga. I know when Dredger wasn't here, I asked you three a few weeks ago. You all thought Udius Yuhi. Do you still believe that? That it's Udius Yuhi?
Yes.
Okay. So I still think Udius Yuga.
I think there's a chance we get Udius Yuga before the end of the arc.
Yeah, maybe. I feel like if they're going to duel, that should end the season.
But
What about Yuhi Yuga to save Udius?
I guess that's another option.
I kind of like that one too.
Yeah.
Yuga, like somehow, like, you know, Yuga put something into play where if he loses the duel, but doesn't say that, he tries to beat Yuga. I mean, beat Yuhi. Where if he loses the duel, it somehow resets something, and they, you know, the Belgarians.
Well, what if it's as simple as Yuga knows that he shouldn't save the Belgarians in order to keep the timeline intact, and then he says, you know what, I shouldn't do it, but if you beat me in this duel, I'll save him.
My only clap back to that, and I actually like that idea a lot, is until this studio shows me with proof that they will put not their main protagonist as a duelist to end a season, I'll always just assume the main protagonist is going to be there. Now, granted, we've only seen it 3 times. Yuga Luke, Yuga Otis, and Udius Yugioh.
We have 3 protagonists, though.
Well, Udius is
I
the
know, but like if
protagonist. He's the
Yuhi's
deuteragonist, yes.
if Yuhi
He's like what
is-
Luke was.
If Yuhi's
Thank
in there
you
though, is
for
are you
the
gonna say, wow, it wasn't
dono.
a pro tag duel? Because it's still
well,
kind
well,
of a pro
but if it
tag
was
duel.
Luke,
Yeah.
how would you feel? I'd say they're very similar, Luke and Yuhi, the roles that they play in the show.
Luke was the protagonist for the entire second season, wasn't he?
Sure. I mean, that's what some people would argue.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it's fine.
Okay. I don't view it that way, but I respect.
And we have Yuga in the duel anyway, so we already have a pro
well,
tag.
yes, I guess.
Right?
Yes. All right. Okay. All right. Got him. Is that what you would pick, or you're just being devil's advocate?
What?
Do you think the season's going to end with Yuga Yuhi?
I think because we picked the other 2, there needs to be a third option kind of thing.
Okay.
I mean, I'm okay with all 3 as long as, again, it's written well. I'm not someone who, like, it needs to be one or the other. So
Yeah, I like that. Natalie, thank you for the $2 donation. Pete, can I join in the celebration regarding Denois? I will be just as happy as when I watched Kitamuro get OTK'd by Spectre and when Queen got obliterated by Human Eye.
Yeah, you could absolutely. I think we're gonna run some kind of link or something to like a Google chat room hangout kind of thing, and Nick T will be there as a co-host, and we'll all hang out, good vibes, and just watch the demise of two Belgarians. Yeah.
I like that.
I guess my one thing is about Queen. Didn't they go through like a strip club or something before that duel?
They did.
To get her.
They absolutely did.
Very interesting.
It was on the
boat.
yacht.
On
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
boat,
I and Robapi were in a strip club.
Yeah.
People don't talk about that enough. No, there's a stage, Nick T, with a couple poles, and there's women on those poles.
next, Dono.
I'll have to revisit that.
We can revisit it any day of the week, my man.
Yeah, just
Flame the Fire, Ignis. Thank you for the $2 donation. Well, Aqua, I got bad news for you, but I'll be right back. Me and Solburn are going to duel Bowman. We beat Windy already, and he's surely gone for good. What can go wrong here? All right. Well, I mean, now the scary thing is, like, this show is starting to become, like, canon in the Vrains world.
Yeah.
That's the scary thing.
Yeah, something.
Before these horrible events happen.
Wait, like this show, like us?
Yeah, like us.
So are we like the frog and the pigeon?
No.
No, we would do it. We would
basically
do it better
we're the
than
gu-
them.
No, but we're the people behind the microphone
Yeah.
in this whole thing. So
Yuya's Egg Out Cult, thank you for the $2 donation. Man, why is everyone in this show so sad right now? Maybe me showing them my entertainment dual style and it'll make them smile for joy. Maybe by showing them my entertainment dual style, it'll make them smile for joy. Smile face. No.
I don't,
Yuya is the last thing we need in this show.
I agree.
people would be dying, and you'd say, but whenever you feel like crying, just smile. That doesn't help.
This is Yuya?
Yes.
Is Yuya a good protagonist?
He's supposed to be. I mean, well, I don't know what to say to that.
He's on the list of protagonists.
He's on the list.
Right. He is a
Yeah,
protagonist.
there you go.
Oh God, why are you watching this now?
What are you watching?
He,
The Earth scene?
yes, of
Come on.
course.
I just got to relive it for context purposes.
Nice.
We have $5 from Philip
Those
Broswood.
lasers are
Thank
really
you,
bright.
Philip.
Thank you, Philip.
He said, just remake the whole thing. I finished the manga last year, and my God, it was awesome as F. Literally, the magic was all there. Soul Eater manga was fire emoji.
Yeah, Philip, I haven't read it. I've just read like the summary of differences between how the manga ends versus how the anime ends. I really didn't like how Maka like defeated the final boss of that show in the anime. It felt like kind of strange to me. Just given like how powerful the creature was, and I know I've read like, you know, long discussions on why it was actually like a genius ending, and I can see that side of it as well, but just feels like the manga fleshed out a lot of characters much better. So I definitely should read the manga, honestly, but at this point I don't remember too much about Soul Eater. I watched it like 6 years ago maybe. But yeah, the differences are insane. I know, Philip. I know.
Dude, crazy. They honestly rewatch. I've never rewatched
The
it,
dub
but,
removes a lot of that.
no, that's like what makes it more sadistic in watching it now again for the second time. Like all they had to do was bop, 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 slice and dice. They literally at one point are taking minute amount of. They're just taking little cuts.
Well, they're trying to
Like
gather
it's like
the
death
data.
by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah.
No. The data's there. Just slice them up in 4 pieces or 2 pieces and call it a day. No, it's little. It's sadistic.
I remember, now it's one of the more, I think, effed up moments in Yu-Gi-Oh! But remember, Go is the reason that he got
And
captured.
Go's sitting there looking all tough whole time.
Yeah, that's why Go's got to go.
Go's gotta
Who's
go.
better,
I trademarked that.
Go or
I
Bash
think he was-
Misawa?
I think he was
Go.
If you had to get rid of one of them.
I get rid of Bash.
Wow. That says a lot.
You get rid of Bash and over Go.
Yes. Go was at least involved in the story.
But he's not involved with a baddie.
I mean,
Next dono,
Next
please.
dono.
I'm not going to get home till like 12.
yeah, I mean, thank you
No,
guys
we're
for all the donos here at the end, but I mean, my word, thank you.
I have one more, and then you have one more.
All right.
I have $5 from Shark Messiah.
Thank you, Shark.
Do you
Thank
think
you,
it's
Shark.
possible Udius might disappear at the end of this arc? Because we don't fully know what happens to all the characters that are gone.
I think it's I
Extremely
don't
unlikely.
yeah, and the reason I don't think it's possible, Shark, and the only reason is because of that poster.
What if they debated us?
The season 3 well, if they did, kudos to them. Just have a feeling they won't, because there's a new monster on there as well that Udius has not used yet. Udius is not going to die for whatever reason. Now, do we get an arc where maybe he has survivor's guilt and he's trying to figure out if there's a way to bring them back? I think that could be really, really fascinating. So I think maybe he does something where he's trying to like go back in time to change the timeline at a certain point to keep them alive, and that's what this villainous group in season 3 is trying.
Learn anything?
And that's what this group in season 3 is trying to prevent him from doing. And by like going back in the time and messing up the timeline, they end up in like GX world and 5D's world and Frames world,
now we're getting
and we're all
crazy.
over the
Now we're
place, man.
getting
And
crazy.
Come on, baby.
They're both
Give
up.
it to me,
they're
man.
both up about to die, and Yuga first time.
Give it to me, Studio Bridge. Come on.
First time.
You're crazy.
Oh boy. So Shark, for that reason, I do not believe that he is going to bite the bullet.
Yeah.
I think he'll be the only one that lives.
Yeah. And then finally,
Finally is I the Dark Ignis. Thank you for the $2 donation. Seeing that I'm second fiddle because of Natalie, I'm leaving Yusaku and joining Futaba of the Phantom Thieves. Is that a Persona 5 reference?
I don't know, to be honest.
Futaba of the Phantom Thieves. Look it up. Well, we looked that up, and good luck with your journey. I want to thank all of you guys. All of you guys are absolutely incredible. The character donations were hilarious. All the super chats. Even if you were just watching or listening back afterwards, thank you for making Talking Yu-Gi-Oh! Crazy 8's a part of your weekly routine. We are going to wrap up here. It is Persona.
Yeah,
I thought
good-
it was.
Good eye.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank
We're going to let
you
these guys promote their
for
stuff.
the
All their
dono.
stuff is linked down below if they have anything to promote, of course. So we'll start with you, Cal, and a huge thank you to you guys for coming on. Cal,
Of
Nick
course.
T, Drudge Pete,
Of
as
course.
always. Thank you so much
You
for
got
helping
two
me.
more over there. Do you want to read those first, or do you want?
No,
us
you
to
can
do
go,
those?
and then we'll end it.
All right, Nick T, go ahead.
Yeah, again, I don't have a ton to promote with Twitch, but it's a big year for Nick T music stuff. We've got Nameling LP and merch and all that good stuff coming out soon this year. I'm getting back on the horse with promoting it, so keep your eyes peeled on all social media platforms at Nameling NJ. Stream all my music on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you stream music. You can stream all my songs that are already out, but keep your eyes peeled for new stuff. I'm playing in a band called Fragile Homes, which I'll get the link for this link tree. Actually, I want to put it in there, but for this week, I'll just say it that we're doing a for any of you vinyl collectors out there, the band I've been playing in Fragile Homes is doing a direct-to-vinyl live session where you pick one of the 5 songs we've got. We perform it special for you. It goes directly into vinyl, and you purchase it. So it's like a fun little personalized version of one of the songs that the band's got. So it's called Least of All, and I will get it a link in there so you guys can take a look at there. And then finally, at some point this year, new Mom Fight. So 3 projects were all just back to back to back. Nameling, Fragile Homes, and Mom Fight all this year. Stream all those bands on all streaming platforms. I'm a busy music guy this year, so it's going to be fun.
Very nice. Very nice.
The Music Man.
Stream it twitch.tv/Dredgenator. Do a lot of different things, mostly Pokemon. Tomorrow, it's actually going to be a surprise. I'm not going to say anything. It's between one of 3 things. If you're in my Discord,
I voted in the poll.
You voted in the poll?
No, I voted.
Oh, thank you for
Also
voting. I
voted in
appreciate
the
that.
poll.
Yes, so we voted in the poll. So it'll be a surprise around moved to 7:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. So I'm probably going to have to raid some other guy who's playing Jedi Fallen Order tomorrow. On the Super Deep Red channel. Also, this Saturday around 12 o'clock, we're getting back to the Pokemon Platinum. And I was like,
go!
I think it's Gym 5. I think I'm catching up. I'm getting there. It's just the off-screen training, especially at this level, takes a little time. But yeah, well, that Sollock it's looking summer of 24. I think.
Yeah, I'll confirm.
Summer of 24. Yeah, summer of 24. But yeah, so come by that. Clueless Gamers, what's going on?
These days, as you know, Clueless Gamers run a YouTube channel. Do a First and 10 podcast, NFL football podcast. I do it with my friend Brian this weekend, and so sometimes early next week you will see our finale of season 4. We'll wrap up kind of all our thoughts on the Super Bowl, so that will kind of conclude that podcast, and then there'll be a little bit of off-season content, but obviously we'll be back in full force probably August of this year. And at the moment, the only other thing really going on is Thursday nights I'm on Twitch, Super Deep Rot, playing Jedi Fallen Order, continuing a journey. Had some fun last week. We had a lot of good moments. A little sometimes I broke mentally, but we got through it. It was some good clips as well. And if you're watching Dredge's stream and you want to jump over tomorrow night, probably about 8:15 tomorrow night.
Thank you for the dono.
I
want to thank Pete, Dredge, Nick T, and Cal as always. Please give all of them follows. Everything is linked in the chat and in the description. Also want to give a thank you to Dak. This podcast is available on streaming platforms like Apple Music, Pandora Radio, Spotify, all that stuff. Thanks to Dak, so a huge thank you to him. We got some donations here to end it out. Delayed on MTA, thank you for the $2 donation. Happy birthday, Dredge.
Thank you, Delayed.
Thank you, Delayed. Yuya's
Dylan to say thank you. Remember, happy birthday to me.
Yuya's Egg Out Cult. Thank you. Well, I was thanking it for the donation. But yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yuya's Egg Out Cult. Thank you for the $2 donation. Yes, you should all join us in the Cult of Smiles. Let's reunite as one. No. It's like the Bugs Bunny meme. No. Not
Classic meme.
Not going to do that.
You're setting the bar low for Yuya for me. Very low. Like, I mean, I feel like I'm not even going to like
Nah,
you.
make your own projection.
I also don't. You know the meme of the Grim Reaper going door to door?
Yes.
I feel like that's really us at the moment, right? Dredge, Cal, Nick T, got them all for 30.
Oh, here
I'm
we go.
right there, man.
Yeah, Pete is
And
very
then you're
close.
way down the hall.
Put some lamb's blood on the door.
Thank
you're
you,
fine.
Elaine.
But it's
The difference, though, is your door's locked. My door's open.
Hey,
I
your
can
door's
invite-
been open since you've been 10.
Still standing in the hallway.
Dill's
Hey,
invited
you
him
have
in.
the popcorn there. You're inviting him in.
Oh, my God.
Bill's been hanging with him already.
I'm hard chilling with him.
I'm nervous.
It's all right. Don't be nervous.
I got the riot gear on. Let
He's
me
a
tell
nice
you.
guy. Look at these 3. He's a nice guy.
That's
Yeah.
only because of the studio lights. You
Well,
turn
I
these
think-
off.
Okay.
You don't know what.
I only look good in studio.
We've
light.
aged very gracefully.
Something like that.
Pink Penguin, thank you for the $2 donation. The old saying, "You ain't going to bed yet." My theory, I know that's
Wow,
a
I missed
throwback to Bam and Matt Kennedy
Yeah.
and Neos Gundam and Davis, obviously, who's
Yes,
sadly no
of
longer
course.
with
Yeah,
us.
those
That-
were great
That's a
times.
throwback to the Vrains days.
Yeah, he would always say,
Oh.
"You're not going to bed
I know,
yet."
because people at the end, that was...
I remember I used to do donos a lot then. I would read
Yeah.
that all the time. And you go, dude, come on.
I
man.
know,
It's
'cause-
2 in the morning.
Well, right, I know, because we would do late street. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were the good
Those were the
throwback
days.
there.
Yeah.
man.
My theory on why Udius may survive is he was made real from the Earth Damar when resurrected from a shirt. Yugioh wanted to make the Valkyrians real in Season 1 using humans Earth Damar, so maybe he won't die. Also, remember,
Good
the
point.
anti-Karamata beam did not work on Udius
Right.
at the start of
And
Season
did
2.
Quai Duel
Yes.
have some effect on him at the end?
Right.
He kind of gave him a
say.
parting
Right.
gift. I'll keep
So-
you alive.
Pink, I think that's a good theory. That's been also a theory as to why that anti-Karamata beam did not work on him, because he was revived. So I really don't think he's going to die. I think he's going to be the last
No.
one.
He'll,
And that's going to have a toll
He
on
will
him.
be the Superman. And
Yeah.
his whole race will be dead, and he'll be the last one left.
That's going to be dark, dude.
Yep.
Jeez.
Definitely.
Yeah, really dark. Natalie, thank you for the $2 donation. What have I done? I honestly thought that this was RP dono thing was fun, but I don't know what to do anymore. I mean, I is leaving Yusaku. This timeline has gotten too crazy. I was worried at first. I thought we said something that Natalie was
what have
upset
I
by.
done?
Yeah, I was like, oh, what do you mean? No, it is fun. Well, Natalie, you've caused I and
What have I
Yusaku.
done?
You've actually caused I to go into the Persona 5 video game. I don't know how that works, but
We're gonna
you
find
know.
He could travel through.
Yeah, I guess something like that. But anyway, to everybody that came by, donated, super chatted, thank you so freaking much. Love you guys. This has been Talking Yu-Gi-Oh! Crazy 8's episode 96, Gaslighting 101. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next Wednesday, and I hope you have an amazing day. Take care, guys.
Happy
Good
birthday,
night.
Dred.
Love you.
Happy birthday, Dred.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday,
Dred.
Dred.
Happy birthday.
I know.